As we had last left it off, the party had spoke with a few more people in Halfling before making their way back out into the world. Originally stopping by the ice caves to visit some people there. You went to check in on the Orcs that you had met in your previous encounter. You found them again. They were lesser than what they was. Many of them were starved. And thanks to some magical food brought on by Korgrin, they had been able to gather up enough strength to make one more attempt on the Eternal Flame, guided by the many faces of ice. The party elected, basically convinced them to give them an hour so that you could go deal with the many faces of ice yourselves. And when you got there, you found a colossal-sized creature, an ice hydra, mainly composed of crystalline features. It was a tough battle. However, Verity was able to polymorph it into a bat, effectively removing it from combat at that time. Rather than go hunt it and find it, you decided to go and acquire the flame within the hour's time slot that you had. Otti was able to acquire it, and then from there she passed over to the who themselves to your course. They then swiftly departed the ice caves to meet up with the rest of the clan, and then eventually make their way to Path Idellum. Meanwhile, the party ventured further into the ice caves to try and solve the riddle of the doors. Along the way, you met an old friend, a little baby polar bear that wasn't so much a baby anymore.
Sorry, was that better?
Yeah, that's much better. Thank you.
So I was close. I'm just going to stay close to my microphone from now on.
The game was playing up earlier. I have not had a fun day with technology, so I wasn't certain.
I thought it was me.
So you ventured a little bit further into the ice caves, hoping to unlock the puzzles of the door in Drogon the Morda, and eventually you ran into an old friend, a baby polar bear, which wasn't so much as a baby anymore, now more like a toddler. Because of that friendship connected between Arrabella and that polar bear, the polar bear was able to convince its adopted parents to stand down in a feeding frenzy. From there, you were able to convince the polar bears to basically lead you to Crate Claw, one of their own suggestions, one of the oldest living things in these caves, who knew the domain very, very well. Eventually, when you got there, you found yourself face to face with a bunch of snow leopards, along with a relatively large one. When you were able to talk with Crate Claw, you learned that she was a little abrasive, a little territorial. However, you were able to convince her to tell you about the dangers that lurked within, as well as finding a grave with the final passcode for the door on it that was written by what appeared to be Kolga. Going further into the ice caves, eventually you found the door, which turned out when you opened it, you were actually standing inside a shapewrit tower, which listed the entire historical reference of all of Drogon the Morda from start to finish, starting at the top, and then as history went on and on and on, they apparently just digged deeper and deeper into the earth. Making your way out, you found yourselves onto a thoroughfare, completely devoid of all semblance of riches, just completely overtaken by ice and snow. Going even further, you find yourself in the lair of a adult white dragon known as Shrike, the Frigid Calamity. A battle took place. It seemed dangerous at first. However, once the party got their stride, did you realise just how much powerful you had become than when you first started your journey, and you were able to lay waste to this creature without it being able to do much, especially as it was being tossed around by a steed's hand, very much. And from that, you ventured further into its lair that it was guarding, and you found all of the riches of Drogon the Mortar it had clearly been collecting and hoarding for an unknown amount of years. Now, I'm going to say the amount that's here probably has taken you a full long rest to count, identify, and determine the nature of. So, and that was where we last left off.
They're still swimming around happily in the gold. Probably while people are trying to count it.
You find yourself standing in the relatively sparkly, even quite cold room of the riches of Drogon the Mortar, all gathered neatly for you. Rennas has been swimming in it to the best of his ability. Korgrin, I mean, you basically just look around and just quite literally just take a moment to appreciate the vast history and culture that was left behind when Drogon the Mortar was abandoned. Maybe the dwarves thought they would come back and reclaim it one day.
But, yeah. Is there anything you guys would like to be doing during your long rest, aside from counting and identifying?
Would we have been scryed on again?
Hold on.
We'll see.
Because that would factor in with Arri's keen mind and me preparing Beacon, or me casting Beacon of Hope to give everyone a better chance.
No, you are not going to. You weren't scryed on this morning.
Someone else was. Good to know. Good to assume.
He's asking if he's, yeah. We both stopped talking. If you do any wild magic rolls.
Are you the only person who can cast Identify?
I
can
believe
cast
so.
it, but I don't have it prepared. Actually, no, I can't.
You have just had a long rest.
I lie. I cannot cast it. That's Forge Clerics that can cast Identify.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potential rolls if you choose to.
Take
Verity.
cover.
She's choosing to.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's 1.
keep going. Let's just see what the rest are.
I think
So
that maybe
1,
we
2,
all got
3, 4,
teleported to that
5.
island.
Hope not.
Preferably
why
with
we're
all the
surrounded.
gold. We all got teleported straight back to Parfadellen randomly. Oh, what a great wild magic thing.
5, 6.
Two
2
more.
more.
Hey.
So just the 1. So
I mean,
one.
that's not
roll,
bad going.
1 D100, please.
Oh,
A
a 6
6.
seems low. That doesn't seem good.
If you set all this gold on fire,
Rennas will be very sad. This is the happiest you've ever seen, Rennas.
It's a mixed bag.
All
I
right.
know it's a mixed bag, but low is never good.
I'm going to send you a message on Discord, Verity, okay? Need you to
Let's
respond
see.
to me.
Not good.
Which one of the party members do you want to kill?
Who gets finger
Bye,
of death?
everyone.
Verity casts the wish spell.
Mhm.
I wish all of this gold and equipment and everything in this room was back at Parfadellen. I would well waste a wish spell on that, to be fair.
So I'll give you some time to think about that, Georgia, and get back to me. So, yeah, we'll get to that eventually. It's not something that we have to address immediately.
You'll want
you
to
not to
move
do it?
your mic away from your headset.
Sorry.
It's okay because that's. I think
No,
that's when
no,
the static
it's-
comes in.
No, because I moved it next to the phone to type. So
Weird.
because my phone's got the wild magic surge on it.
Apparently. I mean, is there anything I can cook with here, or is there nothing? Do people want to try dragon meat?
That we got to take back, mind. And
Yeah,
we
we've got to
agreed
transport
give a
80% of
leg.
this dragon back.
Yeah.
Eat 20% of a fucking dragon. Like, I'd be very impressed.
I'm sure if
we
you gave
agreed
them
to
like
give a leg.
yeah, but I'm sure if you
to-
give them like a leg minus 6 steaks, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Like, they're a favoured enemy, so there's got to be a reason. Maybe Arri loves dragon steak.
I mean, I am well up for having dragon steak, and I'm also well up for killing fucking Longclaw. She kicks off about it. Just fuck her. We've just killed a dragon that she and her gang were terrified of. So therefore, Longclaw. So what was the tiger called? Great Claw. Sorry. I just disrespect her by getting her name wrong. But yeah, like she was clearly terrified of this dragon. We just kicked this dragon's ass. Ergo, we are stronger than her.
Yes, but they were friends with, my great-great-granddaddy, so maybe don't.
Yeah, sassy prick
So
tonight,
therefore, they
isn't he?
won't mind giving us 6 dragon steaks.
I'm going to try cooking some dragon meat.
Okay. Make a cooking utensils check.
Am I using Constitution as the modifier?
No, it would be dexterity, I think.
Why would you give me dex checks?
Because it's just fineness
Flipping it at
of
the right
hands.
time. It's all.
Yeah.
Roll d20.
I think it's dead. I don't think it has any power.
+5 plus a d4 because I'm going to.
Oh, you're talking about the wild magic, aren't you? Okay.
It's the best damn dragon steak you've ever had.
So it's very cold, no matter how often you cook it, how much you cook it. But I mean, it looks cooked, but when you put it in your mouth, it has the slight taste of crystalline icicle features within it. Even in death, a dragon's meat has power.
It's a bit beef tartare, It's a bit like it's so cold it's got to be clean.
Dragon meat ice cream.
That being said, is there anything
freeze
you'd
them.
like? Is there anything you would like to harvest of this dragon before potentially giving it to Catan?
I mean, presumably, the more we harvest, the less ferocious. If we harvest all its teeth, are we going to come back with a toothless undead dragon that can't bite anything?
But things like hide would be fine.
Scales mainly as well. Dragon's blood as well.
Would that make it less? If we took its scales, would it be less armored when it came back as undead?
Well,
Can I
no,
take-
because it generally comes back as like a skeleton.
Can I
That's
take
fair.
a vial or 2 of its blood? Because I just think it'd be really funny to throw it at Aurora.
Yeah. Don't worry. I mean, you're highly skilled enough, Arrabella, that taking 2 vials of dragon's blood from an adult dead dragon, it won't be an issue at all. And
Everyday occurrence.
And they refrigerate themselves because the dragon's blood is cold.
Scales?
Nice.
How many scales do you want?
Name?
The dragon's name was Shrike.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I didn't think anyone would hear me.
But no, I'm kind of curious about enough to cover a shield, or enough as just a breastplate of armor.
You'll probably need to do it to make sure they have enough work to get the job done, like 100%.
Yeah, it means
you'd need 5 scales.
How many?
5.
Ah,
Yeah, they're big scales.
lovely. Who would like to assist me with this?
I will
survival?
certainly assist you, and I'll just flick some daggers out and just twirl them around. Come on, let's go, stabby stabby.
So, are you only going for the 5 scales?
I'm pretty good with survival if you'd like me to help instead, Mr. Dagon.
And if there's anything else, let me know now, because basically once you make the harvest or the survival check to harvest it, I consider the rest of the dragon ruined, or in this case, you won't be harvesting anymore because you're saving it for Catan, right?
Well, I mean, personally,
That sounds so wrong,
the
but yes.
scales. But if anyone else wants to harvest other things, by all means,
I'll tell you when you've hit the limit for how much Catan needs.
I mean,
I think just
a dragon scale shield does sound amazing, but I don't want to steal Korgrin's plan.
I want to say maybe 6 or 7. That way, you've got enough to work with as spares.
I was going to say we have got
I already
3
have.
young white dragon scales in the bag. Would that contribute towards the number? Would
I
it be
have
needed?
6
certainly,
in
I mean,
my inventory.
the adults ones are more potent, but the young ones definitely will serve the same function.
I apologise. I was thinking like size-wise. I was thinking like would 5 still be needed? But no, that's fine.
I've got 6 young anyway.
Hmm.
I have a
Cool.
+7 to survival, so it's up to you guys.
I've got +8.
Go for it then.
Yeah, I mean, I've got plus nothing. I'll just
So you're
stand by
literally
and watch the daggers.
just harvesting 7 scales from the adult white dragon.
Unless anyone else has anything to request.
All right,
sounds like
go ahead and make a
I
survival.
want dragon scales from a different colour dragon, so it looks different from Korgrin's.
All right, go ahead and make a survival check. The DC is 5.
Wow, going to be a struggle, guys.
I think
Do
what
not
Jack's
get a
saying is we
natural
could have
one.
had lots more.
I've got advantage because of the assist. Plus
It's all good.
guidance, so... Hatch!
Guidance does nothing to it.
Yeah. It's a 10-minute job at best, Korgrin. It's so easy. Like, you break a couple, just because you feel like you should, but
Rude.
but no, you're successfully able to acquire 7 adult white dragon scales.
Sweet.
It's cool.
I now have 9 in the afternoon in my head. Thank you very much.
It is 9 in the afternoon.
Because I'm feeling so good, just the way that you should.
Brackets, maybe shield, maybe armor.
Okay.
Splendid.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys would like to be doing during this long rest? No, if you want to just talk amongst yourselves, just go ahead and let me know when you want to move on. Basically,
Does this change our plan, by the way? Because obviously now we've got the time scale of meeting Grad. Where are we going, basically? Because we kind of had a mental idea of what we were going to be doing, where we were going to be going. Do we just want to meet with Grad, pass on a message, ascend into Arwis or to Catan, wherever, whenever that, applies? And then we carry on our way, go to Blitwing or go to Greenfold, Meltokio, wherever we had next? Or what are we going with them? Because we wanted Grad and some half-elves to meet up kind of halfway, because they don't exactly know where in the mountains Parfadellen is.
We need to take an awful lot of this back because we can't carry this right now.
Not too.
So if we, I don't know, maybe if we shoved a load in our pockets and then teleported to the circle and then let them know that Grad's on his way and then teleported back here and then made our way towards target. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of spells. And I understand, like, I'm not a spell user, so I don't know how taxing it is for you guys. Like, namely, Verity, because, you are the one that casts it for us. But, I guess 2 birds with 1 stone, and it's not too much out of our journey if we do that.
True. The other idea that I had was, if we're letting Arwis know about Grad anyway, there's nothing wrong with... Presumably Verity would have left illustrations or, some such of the Ice Caves teleportation circle in her tower, or that's already been relayed to Arwis whilst we were there. We might not have to travel back. We could just tell Loic to, Arwis, get Loic, bring some half-elves, cart off all this stuff over a couple of days back to Parfadellen, and we don't have to worry about it. We've just secured it. We don't need to ferry it.
When did we tell Arwis that we were going to try and contact her? Or Loic or anyone?
Well, Arwis was taught the spell, correct? She was taught sending. That was the whole materials, gold cost. I suppose really we're just waiting to hear from her. Otherwise...
You said you were going to contact her at dusk.
So we'll contact her at dusk. When is the next dusk?
You don't?
Arri knows.
Bloody keen mind. Dusk would actually come in about 5 hours into this long rest.
Terribly convenient. Then, shall I sending then? If Arri gives me the rest, like, it's dusk.
Just kind of like poke you and be like, we said we'd contact Arwis. Time now.
I'm fast a kip and you just wake me up. Rude. Anyway, then yeah, I can certainly go for the old didgeridoo.
That would be very confusing. Don't do that. Just talk.
Send in. Then I will. Anyone got any specific words? Because this needs to be 25. Otherwise, I use another spell slot.
Arwis, Orcs on way, Grod, leader, has magic flame. Treasure in cave, come to ice caves, bring... Is half-elves 1 or 2 word?
2.
Half-elves now? Or teleport instead of now.
Yeah. Heads up, I only have 1 teleportation circle worth of material left. Good to know.
When you say now, how far would Harry's keen mind know that we were away from the teleportation circle? It took us 20 hours to get here from the last place we were.
We're just over.
Yeah, we're not far from
This
it now.
vault is like really fucking close. Excuse my language.
Yeah, it's very close. It's probably about
Stone's
2
throw.
hours.
In fact, it is. I can remember that, actually. Yes, very, very true.
Yeah,
Awesome.
less than a 2-hour walk away.
Okay, so I will sending to Arwis then. At the designated time.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Loic, Orc clan coming, Hawktooth. Tell Loic, bring people, 10,
I'm counting.
for Dragon Hoarde Hall in Ice Caves. Verity taught circle.
5 left.
Anything else people can think of for the last 5?
How are you?
Verity is typing. Nah, we don't need none of that. None of that feely shit.
Come quick, but be safe.
I'll wait to see what Verity says, but that works.
Treasure is fucking awesome.
Dragon for Gatan.
Yeah, that works because we need Gatan here too.
He can't really leave because he could get scryed on.
Could literally dragon for guitar, bring
Yeah,
him.
they could take him back as well.
Mm.
They could take the dragon back.
Adult Dragon Gatan. Be quick. 25.
So you cast you cast sending, and your
words go off into the ether. About half a minute passes, and eventually a message finds its way back into your mind, Korgrin. Okay, I'll let him know as soon as possible, Master. I mean, Korgrin. And that's it.
Good job she had words to waste.
Indeed. I can always do another sending tomorrow, or at the end of today, or something like that. No, not the end of today because it's dusk. But if we think of more things to say, but at least that gets it sorted for now. But otherwise, are we good? Shall we make our way to Grad's camp after we're done kipping?
They'd left.
They have. I mean,
Yeah.
in the forest north of Meltokio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's the next destination, basically.
Cool. I was just like, why are we going back there with the ice cave? That makes no sense.
That's like another 18-hour walk. Oh.
Why are you making me do this?
Okay. So, eventually you all have your rest. And it's hard to, not for Arri, but for the rest of you, it's hard to gauge time. It's just, you don't know if it's what time it is specifically. You just know that you're not so tired anymore. And then when you get your things together, so I need to know how much of everything are you taking?
I assume we're probably taking the manuals.
Yeah.
Tome of Understanding, Manual of Bodily Health, Manual of Golems. Do we want to take that? Do we want to leave it?
I have no idea what it does. I'd happily take all the manuals, and then worst case we can sell them.
It's
and provide more
it's
gold
a
to settlement.
book that teaches you how to make golems, basically.
They sound fun.
Do we want to keep this out of Katan's hand?
That's what I was going to say. There's a flesh one. Do we want Catan having it?
I'm sure Catan would already know it, to be fair. He seems quite a knowledgeable bloke.
You cast Identify on it already, didn't you?
I mean, that was the 8 identifiers.
Yeah, it is a manual of clay golems.
Keep the books and the potions, and then take, I don't know, about 5,000 gold pieces or platinum pieces.
How much have we got money-wise right now? So we left 10,000 or so for the half-elves, right?
Yeah, we've got about 20,000 gold on us.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be object to having like 100 platinum pieces on me. Like on my person. Just in case we come across something that's ridiculously expensive, and like I'd rather have too much than not enough. Does that make sense?
Platinum? Holy shit, 23,000.
It does to Rennas, who eyes up which pockets you put your platinum pieces into.
Okay, I've just taken 100 platinum pieces first, like into my own personal. And I'm amazed my sheet hasn't had a go at me saying that I'm overweight, but it's fine.
Fetcher's mental sheet.
So I've copied all of the potions into the bag of holding. If you want to take some money, take some money. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much money is in the bag of holding right now?
About 20 grand, I think, Otti just said.
Fuck!
Nice.
Fair enough.
So yeah, if 20 grand is already in there, then that's considering all the other items. Have you got a lot of armors and other such things and weapons?
I don't think we have any armors. We've got some gold, some scrolls. We have some scales in there, and like the crown. The only other piece of we've got a few pieces of like we've got a sword, we've got the staff of Adder still, and we've got a glaive. And a lot of it is like potions and things like that. Yeah,
I'd say you're nearing the even without putting anything in the bag of holding from this hoard, you're already nearing the peak of what the bag of holding can actually hold. Just from the 20,000 gold that you have, that will definitely weigh over 400 pound of the 500 pounds that the bag can hold.
Well, I'm happy to like. I think some of the stuff can probably come out. They've got things like.
Could transfer all of our coins in the bag of holding into platinum, which would therefore presumably be lighter to have 1 platinum rather than 10 gold pieces.
In terms of weight, they're pretty much the same. So
Worth a try.
instead of having 20,000 gold coins, you'd have to have 20,000 platinum coins, which
Well, no,
are
we'd have
worth more.
We'd have 2,000 platinum coins. And then we'd still have 20,000 gold. We'd only have 2,000 coins, which would presumably weigh less.
Where to get change for a £50 note?
So if we had 20,000 gold of platinum pieces, i.e. 2,000 platinum pieces, you'd then have 18,000 less coins in the bag of holding.
Yeah, but you need to go to a bank to get those changed up.
You have platinum pieces right here.
Yep, in the cave.
Empty our bag of 23,000. So we leave all our money here and we take 2,000 platinum pieces.
Yeah, that's fun.
That helps.
Victory! Okay, so we're down to...
Cord, if we ever get stopped you need gold rather than platinum, blame Rennas.
I mean, well, we've got our individual gold and stuff on it.
So you're going to take the 20,000 gold out and then put 20,000 platinum pieces in, is that right?
So just 2,000 platinum pieces.
Okay.
I mean, if we can fit the same amount of coinage, we might as well.
Yeah, but then that's the whole point is we don't want to overburden ourselves.
Fair.
We can fit in a little more.
We could have like 3,000, but, it's whether we want to start chucking other things in the bag of holding then. We don't have to worry about the weight.
Grab a handful of coins for myself because I have very little gold on me.
I was going to say if I could take 150 platinum.
I'm going to do the same if that's alright.
Yeah.
It was me thinking I was being greedy by doing 100 and everyone's going more than me.
Put in chat, reagents, unfortunately, components. How much you're taking, we can take that off the total then, and then the total can be updated with how much plat is left. So 150, 300, plus 100, 400. Rennas, you taking any?
Rennas is going to surprise you all by saying he's fine, because his pocket's already lined with all the stuff he's already taken.
So we've got 300, 400, plus Verity's 200, that's 600. 650. 650 going once, going twice. Sold.
Nice.
So take that off.
Take 1 platinum just to annoy Korgrin after counting.
Fuck you! I put one of mine back. So that was 23,000 platinum pieces or PPs. Hee 22,350. 1,350 PP left.
And if we leave the 20,000 gold and take the 2,350 PP?
Yeah, then there'll
makes
be
it 46,350. Was it 23 we had? Or 20,000 square?
20,000 gold. So I'll just swap the 20,000 gold for 2,000 platinum.
Mm-hmm.
We still have about 500 odd gold in the bag. It's useful to have gold when we go to places.
I think we should have more gold than that on us.
No. I think that in terms of worth, they're the same. But in terms of weight, in terms of worth, 1 platinum is worth 10 gold. But in terms of weight, they weigh the same.
It's more that we want to be able to break it when we're giving it to people.
Right.
But if we have 2,000 platinum, then we've still got the 3,000 odd of gold and silver that we had before. So we've still got change. We've all got our personal money as well. There's just 2,000 platinum rather than 20,000 gold. A straight swap for that, and then we've got 18,000 less coins in. I think.
Sounds good.
And all of this shit can go back to the settlement.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that was the 460,000 that has been updated.
Bella, I'm going to be sending a whisper to you.
Okay.
Right, I've still got... I can leave some of the stones that we've got in here. I've got a note that we've got some sapphires, that we've got some moonstone. If we want to leave those here. I'm tempted not to leave the crown and rings because they're very valuable. We've got some pearls in there as well, so I'm tempted to leave all that here with this stuff.
Could you
sort
keep
the books out?
Could you keep the pearls?
Sorry.
Because sometimes pearls can be spell components. Sometimes.
I don't think they're huge pearls. I think they're just random.
No,
pearls.
that
I don't
sometimes...
think I've got no. They're not black from memory.
No, there's 8 black pearls in the pile. There.
Okay. At the moment, I'm just putting the potions and the books in the bag of holding. If there's anything else anyone wants me to put in the bag of holding, I'll put it in there. If not, take it out for your own list.
I want the tome of understanding.
Blah 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 blah.
I wrote it in the chat.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear that.
Did anyone want bodily health? Because that's constitution.
Yeah.
Does anyone want more constitution?
Rennas vastly underrates constitution, so he probably should have it, but he won't ask for it.
There's also the Iron Stone of Leadership, which is a +2 to charisma. That is, however, a attunement.
Just remember, with the manuals, you have to spend 48 hours reading them over a period of 6 days.
And that's harder than it sounds when you're busy.
This is true.
There's the Giant Slayer Battle Axe, which is the extra 2d8 on attacks to giant kin.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to put that in the bag, and on the off chance it's needed, we can obviously bring it out. I don't know if...
Is it going to be achievement, that the giant axe?
Generally, I don't think it is.
Okay.
Giant Slayer's Battle... Or Giant Slayer, because it's just...
No, it doesn't require attunement.
Nope.
So yeah, if no one else actually wants it, I'll stick that in the bag with the... let me stick that in the bag as just one thing.
Explodes on impact. Fear of transparent force then encloses the area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed the save and is completely within the area is trapped inside the sphere. Creatures that succeeded on the save or are partially within the area are pushed away from the center of the sphere until they are no longer inside it. So, bead of force, depending on how many are there, which is 1d4 plus 4, basically makes a DC 15 magic trap. DC 15 dex magic trap. Whether to keep that or not, because it's kind of handy.
Yeah, I'm tempted to take that and the Decanter of Endless Water, being a Decanter of Endless Water, in the bag as well.
Useful magic items worth taking, kind of thing.
Yeah.
We'll leave the Manual of Golems. Should we leave that? Because we can't use that right now.
Yeah, let's leave that.
Leave the Manual of Golems.
I just went through it again. The Decanter of Endless Water doesn't make water; it makes ale.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's a dwarven item, so
of course it's a dwarven item. Yeah, I mean, I'd happily take the Stone of Leadership if no one else is after that. Love a bit of charisma, me.
Would you guys mind if I took con save, the bodily health then? Since I'm rocking a +2 to concentration checks.
Good thing. The only thing Arri's really after is anything dex, but I don't think there was anything there, so...
No.
Sorry, I've already stolen the Dexy book.
Fine. You needed it too.
Yeah, I do feel very dexterous, so now I feel very charismatic.
DC 15 magic trap. 1 minute.
That's a beard of force then. I really need my eyes checked again.
That's a beard of force. You get trapped within the various long hairs.
We just imagine Korgrin doing bad things to you. Beard of force.
Just waving my beard around.
It's all the braids.
Attach a little metal fucking fist on the end of it. It's a 1d4 plus strength improvised weapon. What else? Helm of Comprehend Languages. Do we want the Helm of Comprehend Languages? Because Verity can only read them right now. I don't know if Helm lets you hear them as well.
I've put it in the bag. I've put it in the list just to go in the bag at the moment, because no one mentioned that one yet, so I just copied the list over.
Incredibly
basically-
useful. Not even a attunement.
Yeah, you don't require attunement. You just cast comprehend languages whenever you want from it.
Mm-hmm. Literally just pop it on, comprehend languages, done, sorted. Yep, we're definitely taking that. And then potions. Potions, we've taken all the potions.
Listed all the potions, just copied and pasted it and stuck them all in the bag.
Cool. Jack, go
on. Would we be able to take the
what? Sorry,
the lockets? I kind of feel weird. I feel weird about leaving them here because obviously photos, portraits. So I feel weird about leaving them here. I think we need.
It's quite literally the reason why they're here is because they have some monetary worth to them, and that's why Shrike took them. Like, he's had a lot of time just to go throughout the entire Drogon the Mordor that was locked off from the rest of the Ice Caves and just take whatever he could find that had worth and just put it in his hoard. So that's why there's so many lockets with random families on it, because they spend a little bit of money having a nice locket.
I just feel like they deserve to be put somewhere better than a dragon's hoard. So if we can take them with us to find somewhere better, that would be. It's also going in the bag. Copied inside. I will put Dwarven.
Use them to decorate Verity. Because he's a memory of trees. Oh my god, tree of memories.
I quite like that.
And so
lockets hanging down all of the branches.
He's got all the memories of the half elves. He's got the lockets then of the dwarves. It just look pretty.
Jack, would the mammoth tusks count as ivory strips as a spell component?
I would say so, yeah.
Fantastic. I'm going to nab 4 then, because the spell doesn't specify that the ivory strips are consumed. The incense is consumed, because it says that, but the ivory strips, it does not. So that's incredibly useful.
What's the spell for?
Legend Lore.
Oh, yeah, that's a good spell.
It is. I don't have incense though, so.
Well, incense is easily buyable from like anywhere, so.
Yeah. Let's play on Jack's Sunday game, in which case, just you're not having any.
It's because you're the ones that decided to sail on a new world where had literally no resource.
Let's get to a new world with no shops, no nothing, and play a wizard. Yeah, great thinking.
I've also put the 2 spell scrolls in the bag. The level 7 and level 8 spell scrolls. We might not need them yet. Might be useful at some point. Are there any gems that anyone wants? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
A lot of the spellcasters in Path of Denim will be quite happy with gems as components.
Otherwise, no.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
I'm done with the goodie bag. Nothing I can think of.
Benefit to Mithril over breastplate, other than the fact that it just fits anyone, is there? Yeah, because I think I've got breastplate on anyway, so I don't think there's any point.
I don't think you need proficiency in it to wear it either, but I'm assuming you do have proficiency in it anyway. It doesn't really matter. But
are you talking about the mithril half plates?
Yeah.
There's an actual thing for mithril.
Yeah, and half plate is 15 AC.
15 plus 2 max dex, I believe, isn't it?
Okay, then I am going to pinch it, because that would take me 1 higher than I am.
Well, there we go.
Let me double check.
You're of the right size. A little beefy, but you're able to fit into a female uniform.
I thought
half plate plus 2 dex. Yeah.
It's 15 plus 2, yeah.
Yeah. Maximum
no,
2.
Bella's not going to be able to wear it, is she?
It would actually be equal to my current armor.
Yeah.
Studded.
Would Bella be able to?
So,
if I had to find dwarf armor, you can get your own, Missy.
That's fine. I was just wondering.
Mithril armor doesn't require a strength requirement for you to wear it. So,
and doesn't impose disadvantage on stealth.
On stealth checks, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, like, I definitely wouldn't be able to wear it, would I? It'd be too small.
No, you're way too big for it.
Just wear it around my neck like a scarf.
It's likely if we can get a forge set up at Parford Allen with an
And,
actual armourer, he should be able to fix things and adapt things.
Adamantine makes you immune to critical hits.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
It's a very rare metal.
Yeah, but my AC would go down so much.
I do have a forge, I just don't have enough materials to keep it running right now, which is why I was scrounging for coal on one of the days we had downtime. So yes, but no.
Well, hopefully,
yeah,
when we
it's
send all this
actually-
money back to the town, next time we go there, they should have some coal. Because if you
It's like-
can't find coal with like millions of gold, you're doing something wrong.
It's like, we've got all these gems, but no coal. I can't start a fire with gems. Try.
Maybe you just haven't tried hard enough.
Yeah, take it to the transmuter, turn the gems into coal. 25 gold's worth of coal, please.
Okay. So, has everybody gotten their fill of the Drogon de Mordor Hoarde?
Yeah.
Right.
But Rennas
So
is never leaving.
So you all say
He
your
said this,
tearful
right?
you all say your tearful goodbyes to Rennas as you leave, and
We lock it in.
and he'll die happy. Make him
Oh,
again,
yes.
rich. So,
This is literally his dream since he was a child, being in a room like this. This is like,
Yeah.
yes!
So, you get your things together, and you leave the cave. You make your way back down the long, icy corridor that led you up to Shrike's Plateau, outside of the torn-apart gates and back into the thoroughfare. And as soon as you step out, you can see a number of those snow leopards, including Crate Claw, standing on top of a frozen building, looking down at you.
I wave friendly.
Someone put the helmet on. We just got the helmet. Rennas, you're talkative.
Oh gosh.
I asked Otti for the helmet of comprehend languages.
Oh, were you going to attune to the Ironstone as well?
I was going to attune to the Ironstone. I don't know, did we identify it at the start of that long rest or the end of that long rest?
During the long rest, so...
I'd have had time to then attune to it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes, I now have a sparkly gem floating around my head.
Yeah. And I believe Oti's got another sparkly gem floating around her head as well, so...
Ah, gem buddies!
No, because she got the intelligence stone, didn't she? So
Yeah.
Just give me dirty looks. Don't want to be gem buddies.
No.
We associated with you.
I think you probably are associated with me.
So Crate Claw is eyeing you all up with diluted eyes, but she is holding her ground, just slightly wisping her tail back and forth as her brood basically just they're holding positions for now.
So I would throw the helmet on
Mm-hmm.
and cast comprehend languages.
Okay,
Oh, damn, this only lets me understand it, not speak it.
that's right.
Fuck's sake. Do you understand me by any chance?
There's no reaction.
Hang on.
I had the same issue with another game where I cast comprehend languages but then couldn't speak that language. I was like, shit, I did not think this through.
I don't think I even have. Nope, speak with animals. Not prepared. Sorry, pal.
Verity.
But I do have animal friendship. I can cast from the loot.
I mean, they should be relatively friendly.
I don't know.
Verity is
Wait.
BRB, but maybe we.
Oh, I bet it can't cast spells. We could have like transferred the helmet between the two of us and had a conversation one at a time.
Oh my god.
Terrible timing, Verity.
Okay, so I'll point at the cave. I'll make big wing dragon movements, and then I go dead.
Verity's back.
Wait. One. Oh, they're not going to know what day is in here. It's fucking caves.
Make an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Verity's back.
What do you mean disadvantage? That was flawless. But I get a -1 to it, so this should be good. I mean, that could have been a lot worse with my rolling.
Crate Claw just does not look impressed. She just eyes you, like eyes narrowing.
Verity, I was
Continuing.
trying to speak, but they wouldn't reply to me. I can understand them with this magic helmet, but they don't understand me.
Okay. So Verity casts Speak with Animals, and she's now able to translate for everyone.
Yay! So we were just saying that, the dragon's dead. We're bringing some people in just to clear the cave out, and it can be all yours by, hopefully, a day or two. All good, Great Claw?
I'm aware the dragon is dead. The scent has changed. I'm claiming my lair. You may go.
I think you'll find the agreement was that you let us clear it out first.
It is cleared out of all inhabitants. You may go.
Not cleared out of all the gold. We're not going.
I care not for gold.
We do. So therefore it makes more sense that we take it out of your lair. You don't care for it. We do. It's a win-win situation.
Make a persuasion roll.
Well, it shouldn't be a disadvantage. It doesn't really make any difference.
I think you've got the weird toggle that George has sometimes had on.
No, it's because I had it on disadvantage before.
Okay.
I rolled animal handling, but then I rolled 2 2s anyway, so that's how good my rolling
Have
is.
you increased your charisma as well?
I have.
Fair.
That's why it's 25 instead of 24.
Gotcha.
How is it possible that you rolled 2 2s?
Because I am dog shit at rolling dice.
I think I
Dice
rolled like
80.
2 4s or something last week. Or Saturday. Something like that.
She looks at you and says, if you wished the wealth that lies within, you should have specified this. You may take your gold, but I find it incredibly irksome that I have to allow you.
Apologise. We obviously had different meanings of cleared out. But it will take us some time to move the gold. There's obviously a lot of gold there.
Before you go, I have a question for you.
I'm sure I'll have an answer for you.
Don't respond immediately.
The dragon that held this place, now that he's dead, are there any of his brood that would come seeking more of his lair? Now my lair. Can I expect any more of his kind?
Can we?
I'm waiting for Korgrin to tell me I'm allowed to speak.
Can we confer within the group?
You may speak within yourselves, but do know that I can hear everything that lady says for you.
Understandable.
So on. I was going to say that. I said no. The only way you're hearing this is if Verity translates for you. So,
which you know Verity would do. We'd sit there and go, "Great Claw's an arsehole," and Verity would translate it just to piss us off.
I mean, there's Aurora. I don't know if she'll come and seek vengeance, or if there was kind of a love-hate dynamic going on. They did have kids, but I don't know if one of those will, try and reclaim.
Yeah, we don't know anything about the kids. We only know
We can't.
for certain about Aurora.
We can't say for a definite no anyway. This is a cave in what was a dwarven city. If a dragon hears that it's about that, or if they hear that Shrike is dead, they're going to instantly want to come here. We can't say for definite that no dragon, like his kin may not come here, but a dragon may.
How do I stop this from happening?
We haven't responded to that just yet.
Oh yeah.
The only other thing that I can possibly think of is that, well, as long as word doesn't get out that Shrike is dead, really, there's no one to spread the word. So they would have to come looking for Shrike for some purpose or reason to discover he is no longer here, in which case the body might not even be here by then, because Catan might have it.
Yeah, and then when he gets raised from the dead, I don't know whether dragons recognize other dragons very easily, but...
Also, we literally have no control over the dragons.
Nope.
Can't say yes or no.
Yeah, so I reckon we say, well, yes, it had a mate. It may well come round.
They were brood.
Well, yeah, but we can also
We don't
tell her
know
that we
much about
plan
the
on killing it.
Yes.
Aye, but we don't want
It
to.
hasn't made it at the moment, but we will be tracking it down and eventually
Doing
killing
the
it.
same.
How are we okay with that then? So, there's brood, there's a mate. We don't know if they'll come looking, but they do exist.
Your intention is to hunt this mate of the dragons.
Yes, but it is
Causing a
not
lot of damage.
our next task. We have other things to do in the meantime. We're busy adventurers, you see.
I see.
Player
It is not.
question.
Yeah?
We were talking about this cave being Shrike's lair.
Yeah.
Is it suddenly less icy, less cold? Is it noticeably changing?
No.
Okay, just
What to
curious
do with
because
all
that
that?
would be something that would make it obvious that he was dead if his lair stopped being ice
It
filled.
smells less. To her nose, it smells less dragony, but the magical effects of the winter were not coming from Shrike.
Cool, because that would be something that would make it obvious he was dead.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It fell under Aurora's lair. Mm-hmm. Aurora's aura of Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis at this time of year look like a tiny living
specifically in
kitchen.
this cave. Yes.
May I see?
it?
No.
No.
Okay. Crayclaw licks her lips a little bit, licks her nose with her tongue, swishes her tail again, and she says, "It is not the role of outsiders to defend my lair. I shall do it, my brood.
I'm sorry,
Tell me
she
where
did do that one
Tell me
time.
where the dragons are, and I shall go with you to slay them."
When we know, you'll know.
Have we kind of just recruited a
Have we
pack of
just got-
snow leopards to send back to Parfidelen?
I don't think
Potentially.
we should send them back.
I'd probably leave them here
We'll
and
come
just
collect
let them know.
Fair.
Yeah, because I
And
imagine
then even if they won't help us with the big war, we simply tell them, yes, the dragon's in that castle over there. And
which, to be fair, she could very well be for all we know.
True.
yeah,
I have a brood of 100. I have a brood of 100 of my children.
That's a
Wow,
war
you'd
asset,
be
boys.
busy.
That's
When
a war
you go-
outfit.
When you go hunting for this dragon, call on us, and we shall come.
and you have time to eat.
We
So
shall let you know when we need you by saying the word Parfidelen. It may not be one of us, but if we do send someone through here, they will say Parfidelen.
Make sure that she can speak cat like your friend.
also, there are probably going to be people coming through here to collect the last of the things, so that nobody bothers you again.
Ugh.
Exactly. You can have the cable to yourself.
Bring fish, and she walks away.
I didn't tell them to bring fish. I don't say that for Verity to translate. I say that within the party.
Shit. Oh well.
So I'm just updating the war assets. You have acquired 100 snow leopards as allies.
Jeez.
Awesome.
What an interesting asset.
It's going to be killed with one breath weapon.
No,
It's going to be half killed with one breath weapon.
they're hunters. They're adept at fighting in the cold, and they have morale shocks.
Mm.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Okay,
Well,
so
On the road again. We can't wait to be on the road again.
that's
the
true.
final battle's going to be like a scene from Narnia, isn't it? With like all the
Yeah.
guys on horse and then just random ragtag mixed
Well,
with
I'm thinking
anything that would
more-
fight with us.
It depends on how many allies you gather and how many allies your enemies gather.
Like, we need to get some halflings now. I know I said I didn't want them in the fight, but if we can ride on the polar bears and the crag and the snow leopards, don't get me wrong, we haven't allied with the polar bears yet. But
Apparently the mediums can ride.
You only know
polar bears.
5 of them.
That is one that I can ride. So.
I mean, he'll be enthusiastic about it, I suppose. Anyway, so the snow leopards have withdrawn to mark up their territory.
Pissing everywhere.
What would the party like to do?
Oh, are we heading to the circle to meet Arwis? Is that the plan, or maybe not Arwis, but
I didn't really relay that. Just that Loic should know because Loic was here.
As a DM, I'll let you guys remember. Arri will remember that Loic was with you when you found that gate. So Loic would probably be able to assume what you guys were talking about.
Go and leave directions to it in the thing, though, because it's 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose if we're going anywhere else, we're going via the circle anyway, are we not? So therefore, we can leave notes there.
I thought we were just going to be going out of the southern entrance of the ice caves, and then just go down to Meltokio in the forest.
Okie doke.
That was my impression.
Because I assume the snow leopards came up to the dragon's lair, so we're still right by the teleportation circle.
You're on the thoroughfare at the moment.
Yeah,
which
so
is just beyond the gate.
Just kind of drop it in and then head south, because it's not that much of a detour, I believe.
No.
To go past the portal on our way there, just to because it's Loic. To put it simply.
Yeah.
And we didn't know it was a vault when he was here.
No.
Put it in Thieves' Cant, because there were signs of Dwagar activity near the portal.
True. Rennas, rather, write him a thing, please.
Why am I writing?
These are the
Thieves' Cant, because there were Dwagar.
Oh yeah, no, of course. Sorry.
Activity at the portal, at the teleportation circle.
These are the directions, and then just at the top saying in this, because Dwagar activity around here, so keep your eyes open.
And then in the bottom of the message, in Thief Cant, it's half elves rule, dwarf rule.
You do you.
He says walking away with dwarven treasure and dwarven items, and it's dwarven.
Used to be dwarven treasure. Now it's mine.
If it's dwarven armor, it's dwarven armor.
Now it's mine. I didn't take any armor. Weird little stone thing that's floating around.
Half elves are. Half elves will be wearing dwarven armor. That's going to look weird.
Going to be remade for them, surely. You have to smith it into a better shape.
We'll find out. But otherwise, I think just southern entrance.
Yeah, so all the way out to the southern exit, Malkidoke. That is going to be quite close to the gate, so we should probably be leaving fairly stealthily.
Yeah.
So, the party begins making their way through the ice caves, stopping on the way towards the teleportation circle in the palace of Drogon the Mordor. When you get there, it doesn't look like it has seen any activity since you guys first came here, or last came through here. What message do you set up in Thieves' Cant, Rennas?
So the message of Thieves' Cant is just brief directions to the gold. And an explanation that there's a bunch of snow leopards around, but they're friendly. Just use the word Parfadellen, and they should let you pass.
Okay. So with that, you guys begin making your way, utilizing Arabella's keen mind, towards the southern exit of the ice caves. Arrabella, you'll be on point again, right? Who will be taking up the rear guard?
Probably me.
All right, can I get perception checks from the both of you, please?
Advantage.
Okay.
You both went for the nat one, though, so I'm glad you had advantage.
I don't think I should, because my natural terrain is only in wisdom and intelligence checks that I'm already proficient in.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not proficient in perception?
Nope.
What kind of ranger are you?
Bad one.
Yeah. To put it simply.
A short one. It's hard to deal with that small.
I'm really good at deception, just not so much at perception.
So you don't have advantage on your perception then?
No.
So you got the natural one.
I did.
It's actually 4, so
Yeah, it's 4.
Oti's got a +5
Wait,
there.
you're a halfling though. Lucky.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
no,
It's
I rolled a
not a
4.
1.
Oh, you rolled a 4. I thought it was a 1, sorry.
No, there's a thing on Roll20 where you can tick the halfling luck, so
Oh,
I'll
does it
never
do it for
actually, I'll never actually roll a 1.
That's useful.
Oh dear.
Unless you roll a 1 twice.
My fucking
Yeah.
passive is better than both of those rolls. God damn it.
So,
Oh, at the back.
I mean, my passive is better than those rolls. So.
it takes you about 5 hours to make your way through the caves. Just need to make some rolls. Damn. Whilst those on point don't see anything or hear anything, Bella and Korgrin, your passive perceptions will pick out not on the direction that you're going, but a little bit further off towards the left exit, the sound of voices echoing through the caves.
Particular language?
Bear just a moment. Undercommon.
I cannot speak Undercommon.
Nope. It's a shame we're not wearing the helmet. Grab the helmet, quick.
Grab it. Check
All right. So, Rennas, Korgrin steals the Helm of Comprehend Languages from you. You place it on your head, Korgrin.
Cast
and you-
comprehend languages.
Okay. Best you can hear, it's a conversation of talk of mutiny. Apparently, there have been some individuals that have been down here, and they are seriously doubting their leaders' ability to guide them through these caves. And from what you can tell, it's probably about 4 people talking, and one of them is suggesting that he become the new leader, and he will be able to lead them out of the caves. The other ones are between cautious to optimistic, but it seems that they are dead set on committing a mutiny.
I relay this information. Do we want to,
I mean, we could speak to them and find out who they are first. Maybe their mutiny would be against the king or someone loyal
last
to him.
time we spoke to the Dwagar and we ended up fighting them anyway because they're shitty bastards that are on par with shitty dark elves.
I mean, I'm
No,
fairly sure
Marika?
you just attacked them, and when we went down to the half elves, I didn't cause a bit of shit. I let you commune with the dark elves and do whatever the fuck you wanted with them. Yeah, you became their god. I didn't kick off about that, did I? You're just a racist against Draugr, or against Duergar.
I've been to war with them. I
Definitely.
think I'm allowed to be when they kidnap your people and give them to mind flayers and all that kind of shit. Also, they were going to betray us anyway and just happened to be killed by the undead king, Just pointing that out.
While they're having this little tiff, can I stealth forward and see if they are actually Duragar or if they're Drow? Because
Make a stealth check.
not the best, but it'll do.
That does beat their passive. Even though they were trying to be sneaky about their conversation. So, Arrabella, you are sneaked down the cave whilst they are discussing this. You go on for about 35 feet when you turn around the corner. Just peeking your head over a single ice glacier. You can see 4 purple-skinned, white-bearded dwarves currently in discussion with each other.
Like, lose the look.
No.
I wish it was Drow. Like, honest.
Then I just go in there pretending to be their god. But they're Dwagar.
So, what would you like to do, Arri?
I'll go back
Okay.
and to say that they are definitely Dragar, and I'm going to ask if Korgrin is able to keep his murdering impulses to himself for a little bit.
Pot calling kettle black.
Like, that is exactly what I can say to you.
They're Dwagar. They're not good. How many times do we need to have this conversation? There is no good Dwagar.
I doubt that. There are good in everything. Every race has good people. Maybe the Duergar would outcast them, but I can't believe they wouldn't exist.
Until you fought against them for years and had kin killed by them and fought wars against them, ongoing wars, don't talk to me about good Dwagar.
Yeah, but you didn't start these wars, did you? These wars were made by the Dwarven kings and the Duergar kings and all the lords, and they all send all the people into battle, but they're not the ones fighting, are they? It's all about money and power. It doesn't matter what the race is.
No, it really isn't. Not when their god is trying to kill your god and they're trying to kill you and enslave you and turn you into brainless, slaves.
Arri, she's talking about
Butterbeer.
Butterbeer.
I know, but I'd actually visibly seen him doing bad things. That's why I killed him. At the moment, we've heard people talk about overthrowing their leader.
To leave the caves. Not because the leader's bad, because the leader is inept.
So probably he deserves killing then. I wouldn't follow someone that was inept.
Also, if these Dwagar are around, they're probably going to try and get the treasure, the treasure you want so badly.
Why don't we go and talk to them, and then if you end up attacking them, I'll probably back you up and won't fight you in on their side. But, I think we should talk to them first.
We know that these guys are inherently evil.
Yep.
They just are, unfortunately. Much like many of the creatures that we fight, we don't stop and talk to rocks even though we can talk to them. Because we know they're evil and are going to attack us.
So a drow.
We literally had to name drop someone who is more powerful than their queen, who happens to be my grandfather, and that was the only way to get into the capital.
I'll just put it out. I am fully aware for going up there, doing a sneak attack on them, keeping one alive to find out where the rest of them are so we can kill the rest of them, because I don't want our people to get killed by these people in the ice cave. That is Arri's position on it. I'm just saying that drow are inherently evil too.
Rennas is outvoted about murdering people, so let's go murder some people.
Or how about Rennas, you sneak, and if things go belly up, then we can go with the other plan. Does that appease all here?
So you're going to talk to them while I hide and jump out and stab them if things turn bad?
Nope, me and you are going to go do a sneaky sneak and shoot, well, hopefully kill them.
Okay, that'll also work.
Okay.
I will sneak forward with Arri.
Right.
We're the murderers after all.
Please do another stealth check, Arri, and a stealth check for you, Rennas, please. Okay. So, Rennas is so much better, more better than you at this, Arri, but you are still very good.
I can move quicker than him, though, so it's fine.
It's true. And without...
You can do it without taking all the stats that boost it.
Both of you are able to make your way back down the little corridor. The sort of the chin-high piece of wall that you hid behind previously, Arri, for you, Rennas, is basically just comes up to your midsection. You basically have to kind of like Scooby-Doo it around the corner.
Yep, okie doke.
And as you peer around the corner, you can see the Duergar are still there discussing it. They are now sharpening weapons and discussing ways of how they're going to do it.
You take the one on the far right, I'll take the one on the far left, and then we'll take the two in the middle together.
Sure.
Okay. So you pull back the strings on your bows, take aim, and fire. Go ahead and make attack rolls at advantage. This is a surprise round, so...
I will take that crit.
Okay,
to make up for Saturday.
So the first one from you, Arri, hits. Oh yeah, because you're only firing the once at the moment. So the first one, both of them hit. So go and roll damage.
My screen just went mental full of dice.
Literally, like, gonna give him a paper cut compared to like this explosion that's gonna happen from the mantibow.
Okay, so it's 40. No, hold on. Sneak attack. So you rolled 26. Double that to 52.
Nice.
Plus 10. So 62 plus 5. 67 plus 2. 69 points of damage.
Like literally a paper cut compared to that.
Yeah, so you kill that Jurgar 3 times.
Yay!
So the first
Presumably means the other one's still up.
So so the first arrow flies from Arrabella. It hits that Jurgar square in the neck. He's still alive, however. The other guy, the arrow just basically goes off like a blunderbuss on his head. Like, it just hangs inward and blows his brains out on the other side. He immediately drops down to the ground before the others can even react. As part of this surprise round, you do have second attack, Arrabella, as well as Hoarde Breaker if you wish.
Yeah, I was gonna Hoarde Breaker the one next to him and then go back to the original one and...
Sure.
Okay, so it's that one as the
It's a
Hoarde
hit.
Breaker.
You don't have advantage on these ones.
And then my second attack is that one.
That's a hit.
So that's back on the original one.
It's brings up to 22. So yeah, the 2 arrows launch into this guy, and he just goes. He's struggling and staggering all over the place. The other guy has got an arrow directly in his chest, and he's coughing up blood. But he is like very surprised and taken aback. They immediately turn towards you, and they pull out weapons. Can I get initiative, please?
All good initiative. That'll do.
A natural 1 from them.
We roll an initiative as well, or no?
If you'd like to. They are 30 feet ahead of you.
Come back and roll.
I might just keep an eye on the back, make sure no one attacks us from behind while these guys are off doing that.
Sure.
If you want me to roll initiative, I can put it in the turn or just do perception at the same time if you want me to. Or
No, I'm just assuming that you're keeping an eye out. So if anything happens, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So top of the round will be Rennas, followed by Arrabella, followed by Verity.
So Rennas drops his bow, bags his shield off his back, and runs forward, carrying out a dagger. Boom. And I will go to stab with my dagger.
Okay. So this is the guy that Arabella's hurt a lot already.
That's a vicious dagger that does the extra crit damage,
Yep.
which I just looked up. I was like, well, I'm not going to get another crit, so it doesn't really matter. But apparently, did I build that into the weapon when I put it on or not? Oh, no, I said sneak attack gets ticked. Ignore that. I'll just roll again. It'll be easier.
Okay. So that's 4, 8 plus 5. Yeah, he's dead.
It would be an extra 2d6 anyway, but if he's already dead, that's fine.
Yeah, he only had like 4 hit points left. So you immediately rush up to him, basically shove the dagger into his face, withdraw it and kick him to the ground, and he ceases to move. Okay.
And then, yeah, that'll be me. I'll just stand there.
All right. Arri, your turn.
Okay, so the one that's like I've already hit, I'm gonna hit him again, hopefully.
Sure. That's another hit.
And then I'll Hoarde Breaker on the one next to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna imagine that's not a hit.
No, that will be a miss against that one. So this guy basically is just able to duck to the side as the arrow flies over him.
Okay, well then I'm going to go back to the original one then and hopefully kill him.
That's a hit. This guy's peppered with arrows. So it's a +7 to that. Another arrow flies forward. Gets hit straight in the neck. He just struggles for a little bit and then falls over backwards. Okay.
The one that's still alive, can I just go, where is your, boss?
Make an intimidation check.
Yeah, little halfling is so intimidating.
He doesn't understand you.
Makes sense.
Alright, Verity, it's your turn. You're 30 feet behind him.
There is a corner somewhere.
So by using 30 feet, you get up to the corner and you'll get a view of everything.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
I guess we're just interrogating this last one. Can I just I have a +9 to intimidation. Either I can assist someone or I can try scaring them myself. Depending on what you guys want.
He didn't understand Arri.
Oh. Then I'm gonna use my turn to I don't know, utilize some cantrips like prestidigitation or whatever to make whoever, probably Korgrin because you have the comprehend languages going, to make him extra scary. So give him advantage, basically.
Yeah, no, I'll allow it. No, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, it's just using prestidigitation. You effectively have red mist basically just seep from Korgrin's feet.
Or thaumaturgy to make his voice really super booming.
Yeah. Just loads of different things. All right then. So that'll be Verity's turn. Bellatrix, you're up.
Okay. How far away were they from the corner?
So they are probably about 10-15 feet away from the corner.
Okay. Well, if it's 10, I can get to them with my movement.
Yeah, well, there's only the one guy left, so...
But yeah, I want to grapple him.
Okay, so you basically rush around the corner, see this one guy there, yelling expletives in Undercommon, and you go to grapple him. Can I get an opposed athletics check from you, please? +2 for this guy, 21 from him. You grab him, so he can no longer move. It's
Yeah.
Korgrin, you're up.
Well, I don't know Undercommon, so I'll approach and I'll try and speak in Dwarvish and hope that that's the common ground.
It looks at you as you speak in Dwarvish and says, "Surfacer scum!" and he spits on the ground.
I am up. I don't know.
Deep ground filth. We could go about this all day. Who are you trying to kill and why?
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
You'll end up like your dead friends.
Looking around at his dead friends and this hulking woman grabbing him and the other people moving on to his location, the fact that your voice booms out, nearly shaking the entire cavern. His eyes go a little bit narrow and he just goes, the captain. We were going to get rid of him as he was leading us to our deaths.
Why are you even up here?
There was a scouting party that was sent here weeks ago. Went missing. We came looking for them.
How many more of you are there?
You just killed basically everyone, except the captain and his lieutenant.
relay that, see if anyone has any questions about the captain or the lieutenant.
Where are they?
I'd say at this point you're out of initiative, so.
I can also speak in Dwarvish.
There you go.
And so I will join in and go, so where are your captain and lieutenants?
They are hunting right now.
Are they due to return back here?
Within the hour.
Oh, it sounds like trap time to me. Could tie these guys up to like stakes and make it look like they're still standing up. Then we could all just wait in the shadows. Whoa.
Were you looking for anything in particular up here, other than the scouting party?
Oh.
There were talks of an ancient crown that once belonged to the Durgar. If we were able to, we were going to take it back with us.
I remember that. Or do I? No, I do.
Yeah,
It's in the bag right now.
Yeah,
it's in the bag of holding.
I know. I'm fully aware.
I am not paying attention either. I am like biting my nails and keeping an eye out the side.
We're talking Dwarvish, to be fair. You don't speak Dwarvish.
Yeah.
That is a very good point.
We're just complimenting each other. It's just honestly, it's the nicest things two dwarves have ever said to each other.
So say he's being rather. He's terrified, but he's also being rather courteous towards Rennas. He only has nothing but disdain and hatred for you, Korgrin. Even though he is scared of you at the moment, like he's fully aware.
I mean, I know how you feel, but he grows on you. I promise.
He's fully aware that he's probably going to die at any moment now. But he's basically just going to go out on his terms and stay true to his principles and surface as scum, basically.
On that note, is there any reason we should keep you alive right now?
It's the good thing to do.
I literally laugh at him.
Oh no.
So you're not instantly stab him as I wanted to at the end of that sentence, because I don't know if everyone's finished talking to him yet. But I would have done, just because calling me good. How dare he?
Will the Dwegar send more expeditions looking for the original scouting group if you don't return?
If we don't return, then they'll probably wait a while before sending a force.
Insight check.
Go ahead. He's hard to read. Like, he's just he's kind of just...
Rip his face off! It's Talion!
Yeah, he is, he is clearly, like, tense, heart, like, eyes dilated. You know, his heart's going real fast, sweating a lot. But he is just... If there was any truth or lies to him, you weren't able to gain it in that instant.
Relay that to the group, see if they have any thoughts. No further questions?
I have a plan. So I walk up to him and I pluck a hair out of possibly his head or his beard or whatever. Chat gone.
I just reloaded, don't worry.
Yeah, and then I'm going to make a show of walking over and passing it to Verity. Just play along. And I pass it to Verity and I say, right, with her magic, she can track you at all times now. So if you do or say anything we don't like, we will be aware of it. If we kept you alive, would you go back and say the cave's all sealed? There's no way to get through. Some crazy ass monsters fucking.
What would
kill
you like
the rest
to do,
of us.
Verity?
So these Durgar that are dead,
Mm-hmm.
would you say that their armor counts as like a medium?
They are wearing scale mail.
There's like a medium item,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
technically.
Oh
I
god,
use
you're gonna fucking
objects to
animate
make them stand
object.
up by
Jesus
touching the
Christ.
armor?
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Can I use animate objects to animate their armor to make them all stand up?
Yeah, you can.
You could Would you stop to think whether you should?
I assume she's working down the trap scenario that I mentioned before. That it would appear that they weren't all dead.
As you're saying this, Rennas, immediately the other 3 Duergar, dead on the ground, starts being compulsed to their feet as if their armor was leading them.
Fucking zombies! And I bring out a dagger.
You know I would have been doing this behind you. I'm doing it to help with your intimidation.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was the trapped in later. Okay.
I'm a scary witch lady. I have his hair and I've animated his dead friends.
Nice.
Make an intimidation check at advantage, Verity.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Advantage.
Oh, avantage.
He looks at you and just goes, stay away from me! Blood magic! Surfacer witch! Do not infest me with your darkness!
So, if we were to let you live and send you back home, what did you find here?
Nothing but evil and witches!
Should they send more people?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check, Korgrin. He's scared.
Is he telling the truth?
He's scared, yes. He's terrified of Verity at the moment.
Fantastic. He's being very honest. It's on his face.
And I mean, if anyone reads his memory, this is what they're going to be seeing.
Please don't do anything unnatural to me.
I suggest we let him go, head
Honey,
back.
there's nothing unnatural that I could do to you that hasn't already been done.
He's just scared and stiff now. He doesn't know what else to say.
Down chicka wow wow.
Knew that was coming.
I'm not sorry.
I'm done my bit.
Yep, that's awesome. I think we have a willing liar on our side. This will at least stop more Duergar coming where they might find important things.
Do you
Not
have
the
any
crown.
deal with the leaders?
Yeah, but we can, leave this one tied up in the corner for an hour while we set up some sort of trap. Verity could make the armors walk around so it looks like everything's fine. They walk up. You stab them in the back.
Sounds good to me.
So right now he's just feebly trying to break your grapple, Bella.
I need to roll.
Should I withdraw my 50 feet of hempen rope?
Yeah, tie him up. I can't be bothered to hold him. But he smells
For
funny.
potentially for an hour.
Yeah.
Just, dude, come on. Give it up.
And I hog tie him and just stick him in the corner.
Okay.
Put a boot in his mouth.
So yeah, he is quiet and dead. Sorry, not dead. He's quiet and tied up and shoved in the corner. He is effectively restrained.
New question. These guys came in via the magic circle, didn't they?
Most likely, yes.
So therefore, that's how he's going to want to leave, and we should have people coming through the magic circle. Do we really want to risk them bumping into each other?
How well do I know this section of the cave?
Quite well. I mean, this is very near to where you actually first came in, so...
Could I cause cave-ins?
How would you do that?
I've got bursting arrows.
Make a survival check.
So I am proficient, and it's a wisdom.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. I'm aware.
No, I'm just checking because there's some things which,
No, this is to do with literally your natural area. If you were to disrupt the caves here, with some form of shunted force to cause a cave-in. You feel like you could do it, but you're not sure how the surrounding structural integrity would be affected.
What were you planning on doing?
Making it so that it would take them, they'd have to go the long way round to get to the portal, or make it so they couldn't get there at all. Without the Resmaraz making new paths anyway.
I mean, this guy doesn't look like he can really use 5th level magic. How are you intending on leaving?
He doesn't answer you.
If I kick him in the dick, do I get an answer?
He spits up on the boot in his mouth a little bit.
I take the boot out.
Surface to scum! Spits
Put
up around.
the boot back in, just never mind. He's no longer useful. I'll crouch down next to him. I'll just say, if you're not good, Laduga will be getting you a lot sooner than you thought. I'm not taking the boot out. He can just dwell on that.
All you see in his eyes are basically just hatred and contempt.
I mean, I think we're probably going to kill this guy before we leave, aren't we? He's not going to be much good to go back if he can't get back.
Mm. There's a cat? Where?
There's a cat? Where? I want...
Here, and he stinks.
Wow. Oh dear.
So, what would you guys like to do?
We ambushing the leaders?
Yeah, I reckon hang around here for an hour, guarding all the entrances to the... I mean, are we in some sort of corridor? Is it a proper cave with multiple entrances?
This is a slightly a more open cavern with 3 exits, one of them from which you came to or came through.
What was I going to say? Fuck. Are we going for lethal or non-lethal with the leaders?
The leaders might know something, and we might be able to do the same thing on them, and it might be one of them that's able to actually do the teleportation thing to go back. Although if they can do magic, they might know that I'm bullshitting about Verity being able to... I mean, technically we're not bullshitting, because she could scry on them at any time. It wouldn't be a constant thing. I just thought I was bullshitting, because I know that little about magic.
What could we actually get out of them, though?
Well,
nothing. It's more of they say what we want them to say when they go back.
If they're actually able to go back at all.
And Mage wasn't one of the ones we've already killed.
Wouldn't it be easier to just make it, like, kill these 4, make it look like an animal did it, and then leave them?
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Because, like,
it's not, as it happens.
If there's only another 2 here, surely we're going to make it worse if we're sending 2 of them back, or even 3 of them back.
But it leaves open the possibility of more coming back or them finding the Dwarven cache.
There'll always be Dragar or Duragar coming here.
Yes, but there won't be whilst we're trying to get it moved.
There could be. Like, we don't know when they're going to use their circles.
Yeah, the dude might also decide not to lie and just be like, there was these guys who killed us. Seemed sus. Let's send people.
Then Verity would know about it through her magic message.
Yeah, but then they're safe with their horde of people, and then they could come back and then try and kill us and kill our stuff. Like, our peoples.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's
fine. Kill everyone.
Easier. Like,
it's taken until now for them to send people back. So if it only takes a couple of days, then there's a good chance they're expecting them to stay in the caves for a couple of days. So it's not going to be that unusual for them to not return straight away.
Fair enough. I mean, it has been a couple of weeks, I suppose, since we were first here, and there's only been an expedition quite recently to look for the original expedition, and they'd been here God knows how long.
I try and recruit them. I just don't see any benefit in keeping them alive right now, personally.
Kill them all then.
You know, Mira's little halfling over here.
Kill all of them.
Who wants to do it?
What, kill this one?
Yeah. Do you
I'll
want
do
to?
it.
Go on then.
You little murder hobos.
I point out that I was the one trying to save these guys' lives. Whole way. Korgrin's the one trying to murder them.
Dwig are bad.
Verity, just so you are aware, this would come under the terms of your contract.
Talk quick if you want to try and save the boy. I've already killed 3.
Like, it doesn't
Faster,
affect
type
her as long
faster.
as she doesn't kill them, no, does it? As long as she doesn't get involved in the actual murder.
The contract is if she can save her life, she should.
Okay, but the way Verity is viewing it now is that these people hanging around pose a threat to anyone who could come through the portal, which is our alliance.
I cut the guy's ropes and stick a sword in his hand.
Yeah, he spits the boot out. What?
Expecting him just to charge headlong at Korgrin, and then we could just kill him. Apparently not. He's not as stupid as he looked.
You guys attacked them. What are they supposed to do?
I generally tried not to. Got overruled by my party. I got forced to murder people. Not that I really care about it.
Then I
Really.
fight for your life. We've changed our minds.
For now.
All right. Can I get everybody to re-roll initiative?
Sorry, Korgrin. I generally thought he'd just charge straight at you, and that would have been a simple way of dealing with it.
So now I get my nat 20. Okay.
So he's got.
I'm eating like in the background, just watching like this debate go on, just like keeping an eye out, and going back to my apple, and like.
Okay. So as he looks around at all of you, looking really, really confused, you all draw your weapons and go to attack him. Arrabella, you will have the initiative on this. That's a hit against him.
Just the second one?
Yeah, just the second one.
Okay. Notifications popping up and just destroying everything.
Okay. So you shoot him in the leg. Ah! He starts bleeding out bluish, blackish blood. That certainly hurt him. But he's still alive, still standing. Verity, you're up.
Verity is muted.
If you're not there, Verity, we'll have to skip you.
Just pass my turn.
Okay, so you just don't want to do anything on this turn.
Mm.
Okay. All right, Rennas, your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just shoot him.
Okay.
I don't actually. Oh, in fact, yeah, I'd have picked up my bow in between all that crap.
That is just a hit against him.
Gosh, I need to stop unticking bloody things. Ignore the 8, it is just the 9.
Just a 9, so that brings it to 20. Okay. So, another arrow flies into him. He looks very hurt from this. Okay, so it is his turn. He is going to drop the sword, disengage, and run the fuck away.
Okay, so he gets about 25 feet.
Yep. So he's already going for... He's gone for one of the exits that you haven't been to yet. He's just running. Bellatrix, your turn.
I would like to catch up to him and try and grapple him.
Okay, make an opposed athletics check.
Okay.
+2, so that's 16 from him. You grab him. You can
Come
roll on the
here.
move. Korgrin, it's your turn.
Would I be able to reach him if he ran 25 foot away from wherever he was and wherever I am?
You were not within 5 feet of him, so no. I'd say he's 30 feet away from you.
Okay. I will Sacred Flame.
Okay.
So he needs to make a DC 16 Dex save.
Fails.
That's a no. What level am I? 13. So this is 3d8. Bonk.
Okay. So as soon as you grab him, Bellatrix, he immediately bursts into flames. And he just crumbles away into ash before your hands.
Ew. What the fuck, dude?
Sorry. Sorry.
Ugh. Ew. Oh,
Don't inhale. Don't inhale. It's in the hair. I'm so sorry. It's in the hair. Just brushing it out and brushing it in accidentally. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So, Korgrin, you feel something. You look down towards your holy symbol of Moradin, and there's a slight crack in it.
Never seen that before.
I would have assumed Morden would have been against the Drogo.
I mean, there's the whole, feud.
Yeah, he's a dwarf. Drogo are evil. They're like nemesis. I would have assumed that Morden
Laduga literally.
To all the half elves we've just rescued, humans are their nemesis. The whole point is we're teaching them that not all humans are that bad. Perhaps Korgrin needs to learn the same lesson.
There's a difference between them being downtrodden and fighting against their oppressors and Dwagar simply being natural enemies of regular dwarves. Their god literally abandoned the pantheon, walked away in search of greed and gold and power.
And yet your god is clearly still not in favour of you attacking them, killing them. And there's when there's other choices.
Could just because it's a really cold cave.
This is also true.
No, this has been with me since day one. For some reason, I've earned Moradin's ire. He disapproves of these actions. I'll have to contemplate on this. Speak to him, perhaps.
Okay, what are we doing about the leaders? Are we making this look like animals and then leaving, or are we waiting for the leaders too?
Well, Moradin suddenly doesn't want me to get involved in the Dwagar conflict, so I can't have a say in this, and I'm going to veto myself out, I guess.
Okay. I guess we just leave them here. I mean, would we even have to really make it look like animals did it? It doesn't really matter who did it. Someone did it. These caves are dangerous. Hopefully they'll get the message not to come back.
Yeah, there are other enemies in here. Could have been the Half-Orcs for all anyone knows, Let's just keep going.
And away we go.
So, getting yourselves back onto the path, you make your way, continuing southwards, not encountering any more issues until eventually about another hour later you find yourselves in the familiar cave entrance towards the outside of the ice caves. The place where things quite literally changed for you. I didn't update it from the last one, so they're not there.
This is where we met that arsehole.
Looking around, you can still see a number of bodies that have been. Some of them have been fed upon, the other have just been frozen in the tundras. You can see the remains of extremely mutated hill giant. Had a number of equipment strapped to him that has he's been covered and buried in the snow, and now it's just you see bits and pieces of the patchwork armor spreading out from this mound. You can see the weapons that have been dropped about, the few bits of broken arrow and javelin around. Definitely looks like the site of a battle that was here. All too familiar for you before you were the victors of this battle. This is where you brought down Gonk, the hill giants, as Dorian Greys.
We still have his mutated toenails in the bag.
The wind is exceptionally hard out here, but you're able to take a deep, a good breath of fresh air. Those caves can be rather stagnant after a while. Looking out looking up, it looks like it's probably close to about maybe 10, 11 o'clock in the morning or so. You've still got quite a good day, quite a good rest of the day left for you. Where would you like to go from here now that you're outside of the ice gates?
Away from those gates.
Okay.
Would be my first bet.
You begin making your way in the opposite direction of the frost gates, keeping to the base of the mountain. Are you guys stealthing?
I think we should be, because just in case they've got watchers on the towers and the gate, etc.
Yeah, I'll cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay, can I get a group stealth roll, please? So 31 from Arri, 15 from Korgrin, 35 from Rennas.
I want to stop rolling and just tell you what it is, because I never roll above 10 anyway, so it doesn't actually make any difference.
Okay. So, making your way through the tundras, not as bad as it is on the other side in the lands of Jareth Jukai, but it's still pretty frozen around here. Keeping a good eye out, you are able to swiftly and stealthily make your way across these lands until eventually the grounds become less frozen and more frosty. And just keeping a good weather eye, now you can see off on the horizon less frosty lands and more, perhaps a forest of some kind. Many, many miles ahead. You've still got some elevation here on the base of the mountain. Along this journey, unless you choose to, you do identify at least 3 different patrols from people who were uniformed with both those of soldiers of the Frostgate and soldiers of Edgar's company.
I suggest we just avoid them. I mean, technically the soldiers of the Frostgate, they were kind of on side under that Frostbeard guy, but I wouldn't want to push our luck now.
No. Killing them, if we don't manage to kill them all quickly, we'll end up getting alerting people to where we are.
Okay. So with that, you're able to proceed onwards until eventually you're able to get away from the region of the Frostgates and out into the actual wilderness of Windwood. So you guys are now there. At this point, it's getting close to maybe mid-afternoon. By the time you're able to get us safely away from the mountains and the patrolling areas.
Arri will suggest keeping to the mountains until we can actually get straight into the woods, just for cover, because being on field is a bit not stealthy. I can't think of the word, but... And we know that the Orc clan is in the woods, so... Once we get to the woods... that's the one... Thank you very, very much, George.
Are you guys hearing any music at the moment?
No.
What's going on with this thing? Why is it telling me that it's not playing?
Oh, George is hearing music.
I don't know why, because it says now playing nothing currently.
Yeah, it's...
You just listening to music, Georgia. Is that just it?
That is so odd. It's just stuck on the... It's not loading any of the songs. It's just stuck at 0.00 out of 0.00. Yeah, that's... Ugh. Never mind. So
keep into the mountains until we can get quickly into the forest so we're less exposed.
Yeah. Okay, so that will change your pace to a quickened one, but you are out of any troll area, so it'll be safe to do so. And by the time it reaches near enough dusk, you'll be just on the outskirts of this forest. Once, and by this point, you have entered. You have entered grassland. That's just cold. So you're effectively getting away from the harsh temperatures and frozen wastelands that encompasses the lands around Jerris Dukai. Getting into the forest, it is a bit denser than most other forests. They're more the trunks are a little bit more winding. The canopies, however, are singular trees that sort of branch out quite well. So whilst the trees are spaced out, their canopies are able to effectively dim light the entire forest. And you're only on the cusp of what it is. So now that you have basically entered the outskirts of the forest, what would you guys like to do?
Did you guys want to head straight to the Orc camp? Because that was our next target, wasn't it?
I didn't think we were going to the Orc camp. I thought the Orcs were going to the Orc camp without us, but I'm happy to.
Oh, I thought we were going to go meet them and talk to them.
We did mention we were going to speak to the Orcs, and Grad was going to wait a week. Things have changed since then, but that was the original plan. We need to at least tell them that there may be a repertoire of elves looking to guide them to Parfidel.
Yeah, so we can do that, or we can keep to the forest, go around Meltokyo and into the other mountains. Like, I don't mind. Like, as long as we're in forest, we're in one of my terrains. So our passage will not be slowed. And I'll remain alert to danger, as well as Bella's slinging the alarm.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Arri wants to stay in the goddamn forest.
Okay.
Ellie should be back in a bit, hopefully. She's trying to sort the cat out. He's been a nightmare, and we can't do anything, so she's had to step away to sort him out.
Okay.
Perhaps we spend the night with the Orcs, and we can always plan our next steps tomorrow.
Sounds like a
party.
wild. No, thank you. Like, I don't do it very often, and when I do it, it's silence. So thank you for the nice.
I was drinking.
I've got I've got the ambience playing for me. Is it playing for you guys?
Yep.
Good. There we go. I hate silence. Sorry. Okay, so following the directions given to you by Grard, it'll probably take you another maybe an hour or two into the night before you're able to arrive at their location where they are staying. Who went on?
Anybody else just had a Jack freeze on them, or is it just
Mhm.
you?
Yeah, got a little bit of interference, and then.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
There we go. He's back.
Yeah, roll 20 is just being very silly. What's going on here? Okay, so yeah, who will be taking point going through the woods?
Arri, I imagine.
Sure, that'll be Arri.
Yeah, can I
I'd
have
happily
someone at
would,
the front
but
with me though?
I will go at the front with you. Oh, okay.
Well, up to you, Rennas.
Like, so I'll basically support them with, telling them where to go and stuff. But
Okay.
yeah,
All right, so Rennas, you can make a perception check at advantage.
Okie doke. And although that has my ability, that was actually just straight 11s that I rolled. I just thanks for the advantage, I guess.
No worries. Okay, so triumphing through now the ever darker forest. You do find something in your path, Rennas. Probably about an hour into the trek itself, you hear some snapping ahead in the woods. Sounds of twigs or sticks even just breaking apart. What do you want to do?
Would I know roughly how close to the Orc camp we are?
Probably another anything between half an hour to an hour.
Okay, then I would probably turn around, signal to the party to be quiet, and I would sneak forward and try and see what it was making noises.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
Not at advantage, sorry. So,
Excellent.
the 33.
Okay, so not making a single bit of noise, Rennas, you sneak through the hedges, through the trees, going probably about 40, 50 feet ahead, and so eventually you come to a clearing in all of the tree trunks and roots and foliage, and you see a very large, majestic Elle currently feeding on some grass.
It's beautiful. Is that all I said? I don't see there's no one trying to hunt it. I'm not a big fan of. Sorry, not a big fan of hunting, so I won't do anything to it.
Not that you can see that if anyone else is hunting it. So
okie doke. I'd sneak back to the party and say, "There's an elk up ahead in the clearing. If you want to see it, you've got to be careful. Don't want to scare it away." I'm mostly saying this to Bella, as I imagine she'd want to go and see an elk.
Pretty cool. I get it though.
He is a hunter, so she would ask if anybody wants meat, and if they do, I can go kill it. But it's not a necessity if we're not hungry.
Yeah, I mean, I'd happily eat and kill for hunger reasons, but I think we're all fairly full. We're about to hopefully come find a little camp. I suppose it could be a gift for the Orcs. They're the kind of guys that would appreciate a gift when we turn up to their clan, I guess.
Yeah.
Last thing you want to do is upset some forest god now, so maybe don't go killing things that we don't need to kill.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
those were the ice orcs, Verity.
I still say no. You know, it was a beautiful, majestic thing. It looked like it was having the time of its life.
There's no need to kill it. We can always look at Korgrin. Create food if they need it.
Hmm.
Hopefully they don't like the taste of Halfling. That is a truth. It could be Bunyan. Although if it was looking majestic, I doubt it.
Yeah, I'm sure you look a derpy elk.
It had a squirrely nature towards it.
Shall we just continue on then?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, you continue making your way through the forest. Probably when you get within a certain amount of feet of it, it will hear you and scamper off, like run away through the foliage, and you no longer see it. With that, you continue on your path, and eventually you come to more of a hilly area where some of the trees have been chopped down. Continuing on your throughout this, you can notice, especially with your passive insights, there's been a lot of foot traffic around this particular area. Big, large feet, like meaty feet. Continuing on your way, eventually you can hear the sounds of laughter, grunting, even a few shouts. Following this particular path, eventually you come up to something of a rather large plateau with a few dead forests, a few dead trees around, and a number of outposts have been set up along with some tents. The tents, of course, are made of various animal skins. The watchtowers are made of various bits of wood, sharpened and staked as akin to orc culture. And there are a number of banners flying that represent a sigil that you know, as it represents Clan Hawktooth. Do you just move up towards the main entrance?
Yeah, I think we'd probably move slowly, trying to attract, like if they got watchtowers, trying to actually attract their attention so we don't appear out of nowhere, so that we can approach and on friendly terms.
Oh, this bloody music. Never mind. No, I'll sort it out at some point. I'll probably have to re-download everything. Okay. So, sorry, could you repeat that, please, Rennas?
Sorry, we just approach slowly towards one of the watchtowers, making ourselves known to them, so we're not just like appearing and sneaking up on them.
Right. So as you get closer and closer, you immediately feel plenty of eyes fall upon you. You can see a number of pure-blooded orcs on the watchtowers looking down at you as they start pointing some crossbows at you. A number of orcs on the ground start barring the way into this outpost, brandishing rather large great axes and great swords, and they start approaching towards you, and they start calling out in Orcish. Now, I believe it's only Otti who understands Orcish, isn't that right?
It is, and she's currently training another kind of wild animal. Not the orcs wild animal.
They call out to you. Put your weapons on the ground, intruders, or be killed and maimed.
Our weapons are on our backs, nice and safe. I don't want to put them on the ground. They'll get damaged and dirty. Oh, they can't understand me, can they?
You can't.
I don't know if they can or not. I've still said it, but
yeah. You can't understand them anyway. So
Who's wearing the helm?
Last I had it.
Yeah, so if you're still wearing it, you heard that.
Unless comprehend languages, you have to cast it again, basically. So.
Oh, fair.
Probably would have given it back to the bag. I have no need to be wearing the helm while we're walking through the woods.
Yep.
I mean, out of all of us, you're probably the only one that would wear a helmet, to be fair.
Yes, but I wouldn't wear the helmet of comprehend languages, and we don't need to comprehend any languages.
So, Otti,
Probably just
you're the only one who understood that.
Could you repeat it, please? I just came back and caught the last sentence of it.
They have requested that you put your weapons on the ground or be maimed.
Oh shit. We are guests. We are guests of Grad. We come in peace. We are the ones who gave him the flame.
Peace. You come in peace. You bring humans with you. They know not peace. All they know is war and slavery.
We promise you. I just relate back to everyone and be like, So I'll just be like, I think I've got this. They've just got an issue with slavers and stuff. And say back to the orcs, we promise you, we are not here to enslave you. We are here to help you. We met Grad inside the ice caves. If you want to go and bug him about this, please feel free to.
We shall see if Grad knows of what you speak. Right here.
And this orc that you've been discussing, who's got loads of scars all over his face, his tusks are massive. As akin to Clan Hawk, if it looks like many of the orcs here just have exceptionally larger teeth than other orcs that you've seen. He triumphs his way into the settlement, leaving you alone with a dozen orcs that are just eyeing you like you're either a threat or their next meal. They haven't decided which.
I'm going to sit on the floor. I'm going to just like sit on the floor, legs sprayed, arms back, and be like, we're not here to hurt you. Promise.
After a couple of minutes, the same orc comes rushing back. It looks like he's sporting a black eye. And he says,
"Let them in. Grad says they are welcome here."
A lot of the orcs just go, and they begrudgingly step aside.
I thank them for being so gracious in letting us through the second time.
They just grunt and growl at you.
These are full orcs, aren't they? They're not half orcs.
They are full
okay.
orcs. Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking the piss a little bit. I made the assumption they were half orcs, but
no, they are full orcs. So,
I'd still go in like no weapons, weapons on back. Just just make everything's out of my hands, completely handless.
Okay. So, making your way into the inner part of this settlement, eventually you get quite a bit of a following. Pretty much nearly all of the denizens in this place are following you with a little bit of campfire, just sort of kind of lighting the majority of the place until eventually you get to the largest tent itself. And as you get within 30 feet of it, there is a ball of light that shoots out from the middle of the tent and basically just sort of reaches its way up and effectively creates something of an akin to a small daylight that shines the entire area. And all of the orcs immediately drop to their knees and start prostrating. As Grad steps out of this particular tent, glowing, clearly focusing on this flame that he's conjured.
You have come. I'm glad that you kept your word. As you can see, so have I.
Nice.
He is speaking in common, so anyone can respond.
Not gonna lie, can't actually really remember why we said we were gonna come here, other than to talk to them and say that, like, this is where Pathadelen is, people are gonna meet you somewhere around here.
You were going to give him directions to Pathadelen and basically, help him get there effectively, or give him the means to go there.
Mm-hmm. As you can see, Grad, we've travelled from the ice caves to meet you here. We have sent word to our allies in the settlement to be expecting your arrival. They will send some kind of repertoire to meet with you.
Where will they meet us?
Likely in the mountains, or at least the mouth of the mountains near Fort Might. I'm sure that they will be.
As we have maps. If you can show us where to go, we will make our way there.
Sounds good. We can mark a map, I'm sure.
He bucks to one of his servants, and another scraggly-looking orc that has got way more scars than most of the other orcs scurries his way forward, brandishing a map of Windward.
Point.
I point to kind of like between Fort Might and the forest of Greenfold. Like, not actually to pass it down, because I don't want this map to fall into the wrong hands.
The scraggly-looking one just goes, and he backs away, goes over to Grad and points at the map.
Very good. Well then, you may stay here tonight and partake in our revelries and festivities, if you wish for a place to stay.
Not gonna say no, and I'm gonna bring out this flask of never-ending ale.
We'll bring boars for our guests.
And immediately some of the orcs start scampering away in random directions, clearly not knowing where boars are, but they need to go find them. So, effectively, you guys have the rest of the night to long rest as the orc clan begins feasting on boars, deers, whatever hunted food that they can gather. You notice a number of the orcs here were some of the orcs that you met back in the ice caves. They look happier and more well fed now that they've been able to be home for a little while. Orcish festivities are brutish by nature. At least a dozen fights break out during the night. None of them end in death, but they certainly do get very bloody. And they are quickly sort of egged on and grouped up with the surrounders, the observers. That as soon as a fight breaks out, they're immediately taking bets and choosing who's going to fight and just egging them on to hit each other as hard as they possibly can. Grad just waves it off as orcs blowing off steam, effectively. A number of cooked meats, and we're talking well done meats, are brought for your perusal, mainly of boar and deer. No vegetables whatsoever. A high protein meal here.
It's my kind of meal.
And you are given grog. The texture of it is looks greenish and mossy, and the smell is enough to make your eyes water. The orcs are downing this like it's going out of fashion.
I sit next to Arri and ask to share her flask.
Up to you.
Well, in any case, the night is yours. What would you guys like to do?
Do any of the orcs with crossbows fancy an archery challenge? I'd ask Otti to translate.
They would like to, but they feel bad that a puny elf boy like you might get hurt in the process.
And I translate back that I'm sure he can hold his own.
We shall see.
It would be fun to watch him fall otherwise.
Very well.
They bring you over to one side of the campus where a number of the training dummies have been set up. There are 2 orcs there with crossbows. One of them immediately picks it up and takes a shot towards the one of the training dummies and misses it completely. He walks away in frustration. The other orc picks up his bow and just smiles and just shoots. And this time getting it square in the body.
I'll be surprised if you can even hit it, elf boy. Your turn.
Was that in common, or is Otti still translating for me?
Still translating.
I'd go back to Rennas and be like, he called you a pussy. I'm feeling a bit of fire
watch
here.
this.
You don't even look at the target, Rennas. You just take your bow and just like knock it and just
Stare
shoot.
this orc straight in the eyes
Yeah.
and just shoot
You
from
really-
sideways.
And you split his arrow down the middle. And he just goes, He just looks down at his crossbow and towards your bow and just goes,
Why do I get one of those?
Wait, wonderful emporium of magical goods. You'll have to go to the capital, though, and deal with that bell and Huren.
Maybe some other time.
Yeah, the capital's not a very friendly place.
And they both slink away thoroughly humbled.
Yay!
I will clap and then hand the flask to Rennas again so we can have another swig.
Thank you, thank you. Celebrating my great victory of archery. that dummy is well and truly dead.
Okay.
All I'm going to say is it's best if we don't have them teach archery.
No, but, I'm sure they'd be very ferocious in other forms of combat. I certainly wouldn't want to go head-to-head with one.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I would not like to get into melee with either of them. But then I'm pretty certain a goblin could probably take me melee.
You are a fighter.
I know, but
You
I
just choose not to use dexterous-based melee weapons.
I'm also an archer fighter. That is my thing. I'm archery, ranger, and fighter. I am ranged. I am small.
Verity, would you like to challenge one of the orcs to a fight?
Do it,
So
you
you're eyeing up the random orcs walking past and the big meaty monsters that they are, and just thinking, can I, won't I, will I?
I'm just casting my mind back.
Then I would, but it's not. So no.
I'm casting my mind back to a time when I think Verity had the enlarge spell to make things grow, or make people grow bigger. So I could just imagine her challenging these orcs. These orcs and she's like,
And then has wild magic and her trousers fall down.
how do you not make things big anymore? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think she swapped out that spell. So, anything else you guys would like to do for tonight?
I'll just be stealing Arri's mead and chatting shit.
Yeah, I might ask for some the stories about the clan and things like that, where they came from and what they were doing. Just typical. I'm using air quotations. Typical orcish stories about where they come from and what their god does, and trying to bond with them a little bit.
Okay. Well, you're directed towards the lawkeeper. Effectively, the lawkeeper keeps a verbal retelling of a clan's histories. So once you go to speak to him, now this particular orc is one of the oldest orcs you've seen. Still big and muscular, but his He's clearly wrinkled, and his muscles are slooping down into themselves. His hair is matted and grey. His teeth are filed away into pretty much nothing and mostly just rotten off, actually. You get the suspicion he's probably nearly blind as well. And as you get closer to him, he just goes, "Hey, who's there? Have you come for more tales? Is it my nap time?"
Is he saying this in common or Orcish?
In Orcish.
I'd say greetings. My name is Otti, and I've just come to hear tales of the clan.
Otti, please take a seat. I shall have Cecilia make you some fine grog, yes, and we shall discuss. It's been a while since anyone came to listen to the tales of the lawkeeper. Everyone's been all about the flame that lasts forever nowadays. Yes. And he sparks up, "Cecilia, fetch more grog." He's speaking to nobody. There's nobody there.
Is there a jug of grog nearby that I can just pour myself one?
You can go get one.
Okay,
just to get through this conversation.
I'll go get one so that. Yeah.
Right, so you sit down. Yes. Well, Otti, judging by your manner of speech, are you? I feel as if you have Orcish inside you. Am I correct?
Yes, my father was an orc. So I'm got half-orc.
I see. And from what clan did he come from?
I don't really know. He never really told me, and I never took the clan's name, so I'm not sure. He never mentioned it.
An orc without a clan's name is a sad one indeed. You have forgotten your family and your history. That's no good. No good at all.
I think it was more that he became part of the guard, so I think he decided to leave that life behind him and move on and make a better one.
Guard! And next thing you'll tell me he was a guard in human lands.
Guard in human lands.
I shall remember this and add it into the law.
Yeah, he got very far up. He was head of the guards in the end. You know, he was well respected in the community.
Well, I am very surprised, but pleasantly so. First I've heard of one of our kind reaching such heights within humans. I suspected that we were simply put to death on sight.
There are a lot of places that no longer do that. You know,
That's good to hear. Maybe we should go there instead of making the foolhardy attempt of going into the dead tundras, hoping that we'll never be seen again. I have discussed this at length with young Grad, but often I suspect he's not listening, or he's even there.
Because yes, so we spoke with Grad about this. There is a few of us, and I'd like to add that there are humans with us. Not all humans are bad. Not all.
Well, we're not all dead, so that's good.
Yes, I would be having words with them if they started killing people. Don't worry about that.
That's good.
If so the plan is no longer to go to the tundra. The plan is to come with us over the next few days and go to somewhere safer.
Oh, excellent. I hope it's not too cold where we're going. It's never sit right with me.
Sort of spring weather.
Wonderful. Spring does well for the joints. Anyways, the tales, the laws. What is it that you hope to learn today, Otti?
Just where the clan came from. Where have you been? What have you been doing?
Clan Hawktooth. originated from Harkland Hortooth. He was one of the finest warriors that the clan Bloodways had ever seen, but Harkon had decided that reaving and pillaging was not his way, and so he took his family, made his loyal retainers away, and were able to grow their clan into the Hawktooth clan that you see today. Many of us were brought in from additional clans to non-dilute the bloodline. Of course, we consider ourselves family. Yeah, yes. Yes. That's yes.
I didn't hear that last bit. It's gone a bit crackly.
That was several centuries ago. Yes, yes.
Do you remember all this information?
The previous lawkeeper told me of many, many moons of beating it into my skull, and once I find a suitable successor, I shall spend many, many moons beating it into their skull as well, as is tradition.
Remind me to never volunteer for that role.
Yes. Unfortunately, you would not be eligible. You are not part of the clan, so our laws cannot be remembered by you. I can share the laws with you, but you may not recount the laws to any other outside of our clan. 'Tis a grave insult.
I shall remember that.
Yes, excellent. Well, that is where we came from, where we have been. We have been many places. We originated from the lands far to the west, known as Territown. Our clans made our way across the Prime Lands outside of the human capital back before it was frozen. And then we've been in much of the southern lands since, occasionally dipping into the northern lands. Clan Hawktooth, myself included as a boy, we actually served in the war against the demon lord known as Argonef many decades ago. Like it is a certain amount of impunity when traveling amongst human lands, but as is their custom, they have fragile minds and memories. Soon enough, they forgot, and then we were treated as the rest of the Orc clans.
Sounds trying to think of the right word.
Foolhardy that we thought we would be treated any differently than what we had already been treated. Yes, I thought as much as at the time.
And it hurts to hear that. I understand the history that we both share, being orcs, is not always a pleasant one.
Well,
people don't like to remember, but as long as you're good people.
There was one champion of the Orcs that allowed us to serve with the military in the wars. And many Orcs, of course, sided with Argonef, but many didn't, and it was because of that one champion who rose above all other Orcs and became a legend. Yes.
I remember Grard saying briefly about a legend. I'm just opening the handout.
She abandoned her clan, forwent her name, and joined the humans in the military, and fought hard enough for her to be recognized. And then soon enough, she became one of their exalted knights. And then she advocated for more rights for the Orcs, and the humans listened. Those were promising days, I remember.
Do you, Grard didn't mention her name. Do you happen to know her name?
Her original name was Lost. Lost when she abandoned her river clan. Yes. But I think
She
Not hearing
joined
any of that.
humans.
You're breaking up, Jack, quite a lot.
Sorry,
It sounds
sorry.
like everyone's. That was perfect.
Sorry,
What-
I'm speaking normally now.
Oh, okay. It's just the microphone.
It's just the voice I'm doing. Yes. When she left her clan, her river clan, she forgoed her name, and it was lost to the laws of the river clans. When she joined the humans, I believe she took the name Escanor, or maybe something like that. Hard to remember.
I make a little mental note of Escanor. It rings a bell. Hmm.
Escanor really does ring a bell to me. I'm not there, so meh.
Well, Escanor is the name of the other NPC in the other campaign, but it's because
That may well be it.
It's because he's got a bad memory. He can't remember Eleanor's name.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but
And that's what Ellie thought it was, but I was like, no, I recognise Escanor's name from somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
But yes, the other campaign makes sense, fine.
Yes. I never heard what happened to her. I heard she died. Yes. Things got back to, well, shall we say, normal after the war.
Things aren't normal. Things are never going to be normal.
Orcs are hated and hunted, and that is normal. Though I hear we're being saved by humans now from this lady I spoke to recently. Went by the name of Otti, I think. So that's exciting times. Yes.
Forgetful, he's the Lord Keeper.
Yeah, I'm. The problem is, I'm kind of thinking it's like I want to be sarcastic and I want to make a sarcastic comment because I think he'd appreciate it. He just reminds me of my granddad who had dementia, so I'm kind of like, oh, I feel so sorry. I just want to hug him. Okay, I probably wouldn't pry anything else from him. I just,
Nice.
thank him for the grog. Like come up close to him and put his hands on my head and then bow so he knows that I've bowed to him.
Cecilia, where'd you got off to? You haven't spoken to me in 30 years. Where have you been?
Cecilia's just popped out. I'm just going to leave.
That blasted girl. Where's she?
I
I'll
wish
keep
you all
on
the luck
waiting.
in the world. And I just like bow and leave.
Many thanks. Peace be upon you. And Grumsh look after you. Dear Arti.
Was that Grumpsh?
Yeah. That's Gruumsh.
I've got no idea. Is that a god?
I'm assuming it's an orcish god, yeah.
It's the orc god.
Monoliths or whatever the monotheists.
I thought we'd gone with M, but that's fine. I've learned something new today.
It would really suck to be that guy's apprentice when he starts trying to teach someone else the law. I really do feel for whoever he chooses. He's just be tortured for days and never quite get it.
Have you learned it yet? Hit him again.
It's not that. It's because things kept changing as well. Obviously, with yeah, that's not. That's why I was like, yeah, never doing that for anyone.
Now you know why he's drinking alone. So
because no one wants to be selected as apprentice.
All right, so that's what Otti does. Rennas and Arrabella have obviously had their archery. Verity, have you decided if you want to have a fist fight with one of the orcs or have a fight with them?
Do it.
Am I allowed to use magic or no?
Up to you. So, Do you know if you're going to do it?
If you're speaking Georgia, can't hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, like, okay, go off. I was gonna say I'll volunteer as step one.
I heard that.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to one of the big ones and be like, "Hey, if I fight you, can I use magic and just like minor illusion, like a flame or something in my hand?"
Oh, little girl thinks she can fight me. She can use whatever tricks she wants. I'll squash you.
He raises up his hand to basically beat you down into the ground. What are you going to do?
I cast Fire Shield on myself.
So you immediately get erupted with a bubble of fire that just completely enverses you. As the fist comes down, it basically just bursts out. He starts like rubbing his hands. It's currently on fire. He starts like putting it under his armpit. It just goes, He goes into headbutt you. What are you going to do?
Well, he would have taken 2d8 fire damage from that.
Yep.
I'm just gonna stand there and be like, "Okay, let's go, Tiny."
So you're just going to stand there and let him like wear himself away against your fire shield.
For a while, I'll see if I decide to do anything else.
Okay, so for about a minute or so, he's constantly wails and constantly just screams out in pain. You get the feeling he only knows how to do one thing, and he's not learning from it at all. Right now, it's However, it doesn't stop you from being hurt. So
yeah, like his attacks would still hit me, so I'm still getting beat the shit out of.
Yeah.
16
so
hits.
All right. So yeah, that would be the equivalent of
so that would be another 2d8
8 damage. Yeah, so 8 damage, but no, he'll drop way before you do. So after about a minute, you've got a bit of a bloody nose, but he has got 3rd-degree burns all over his body. And he's just like standing going,
God on fire is.
I cast
do
Cure Wounds
nothing.
on him. I feel bad now.
I feel better. Good.
He goes back to trying to beat you up, going for the fire.
Okay.
I thought you'd appreciate the cure wounds and do that.
They're very single-minded, these orcs. That's another 4 points of bludgeoning damage against you, Verity. After about another minute or so, once again he's back into the same position, where he's basically running on fumes, got burn marks all over his body. Most of the orcs that they were cheering for him, they're just like looking in bewilderment, like, why are you continuing this? Why are you doing this yourself? And it's more like,
I must win. She challenged me.
What would you like to do from here, Verity?
I mean, I don't want to kill you, man. I just wanted to like flex a little, but I'm beginning to feel bad. Like,
Up to you. Do you want him to continue?
that's what I say to him. It's like, I'm beginning to feel bad, man. Like,
Weakness. Feeling bad for your enemy in battle is a surefire way to get yourself killed.
And he goes in to headbutt you again.
I mean, you're not my enemy, dude. You were just
that is going to be a miss. As his face gets completely enveloped in the flames, he starts scooching out, rolls onto the floor, rolls around, puts the flames out, and with that he just collapses of exhaustion. The other orcs look at you and just go,
You win! Ah!
Did I win anything?
More grog!
and they start throwing aisles of grog at you. Mugs of grog. It smells.
Hold on a second, there should be an accent to this.
Yes, there should be.
One challenge. Two challenge.
Who wishes to face the wrath of vampire Verity?
Do you have any bats? I want to test my charisma.
Okay. Bellatrix and Korgrin, what would you guys like to be doing tonight?
Bella's just gonna sit down somewhere quiet and she's gonna do some painting. She's just gonna grab some parchment out and some hair dyes. She's just gonna paint some stuff. She's gonna paint the purple polar bear.
Make a performance check.
Okay. Cute. Not
It
great.
looks like, I mean, it looks fine from your perspective, but if a critic was to look at it, they'd probably say an 8-year-old could do better.
It's perfect. Drew perfect polar bear. That's sick. Look at that.
With the little
Otti,
tufty
look.
head.
Otti, look what I did.
You look over Otti, she's looking really uncomfortable speaking to this near blind orc who's just like speaking really, really coarse or rough orcish to her.
It's finger painting too, so my hands are just covered in like hair dye, and I'm just like, poor woman.
Okay. So that's what Bella will be doing for the night. Korgrin, what would you like to do?
Just abstaining. The food and the drink, and just spend the evening praying, basically.
Okay. Do you find a quiet area to do this then?
Yes, definitely away from the rowdiness.
Go ahead and make a religion check for me, please.
We just throw Grog over Korgrin all night while he's playing. Because he hasn't found a quiet corner.
It's definitely a 13.
Unlucky for some.
It's odd. As you pray, it's a situation where you feel like before it was a case of whether or not you were strong enough to hear Moradin, but on this particular occasion, it's almost as if Moradin is trying to speak to you, and you feel a connection.
So he's reaching out.
Yes. It's a warmth that washes over your body.
I'll just be sort of praying, and I'll just speak out to him and say, I don't know what it was that I did that hired you. Well, I have a pretty good idea, but I'm an instrument. I'm a weapon of your righteousness and judgment on this plane. Threw me off completely. That has now. Just thanks. These aren't our allies. The Dwarven have done nothing but insult you and insult our people, and they tread upon your lands and they take what they please when they want. And I don't want to apologize for this, for I feel it was right to do, but I want to understand why it was wrong to do.
You feel almost a whisper in your ear. You are becoming my champion. You are no longer an instrument. You are becoming my will. Strong is your connection, and stronger yet it will be. I do not represent war. I represent creation. The Duergar turn their backs on me and on you. The Duergar would have slain you without a second thought. A Duergar would have killed a prisoner. Is my Duergar, is my champion, a Duergar?
No, he is not.
Learn. Grow. Pray. Save. Create. That will whisper within you, or that whisper you've been hearing, sort of dissipates with the wind.
Thank you for your guidance. And I'll just spend the rest of the night kind of just in, what's the word?
Meditation?
Meditation?
Yeah, meditation. Yeah, that works. That works.
Okay.
Reflection. Yeah.
As you spent the whole night effectively doing this, by the time it's time for you to when you get sleepy and time for you to go to bed, you look down to your cross, your holy symbol, and it has repaired itself.
He works in magical ways. Blessed be he.
Okay, so you all turn yourselves in for the evening. Those of you, and since none of you partook in the grog, none of you have particularly bad hangovers in the morning.
The ale was a much safer choice. Otti had some grog. Did you get through her conversation with the lawkeeper?
Yeah, but Otti is a half-orc, and
fair. Okay.
It's designed for her biological system.
Korgrin's definitely drinking mug. I mean, he's even got a grog mug that he's drinking from.
This is water. This is water, my friend. There's
no point in drinking anything else when you can't taste it. You might as well just live off water.
Yeah, that's what I do.
No, I know. Hopefully it'll come back.
We're waiting.
What's that smell, Millie? What have you done?
Shit everywhere. I'm so sorry.
I think it smells like she has shit, but I can't see anything. I think she just farted badly.
I'm behind a tent, and then there's Verity just by the fucking scruff, just being beaten the shit out of by a slowly burning orc.
Don't turn my dog purple, Verity.
Turn the dog purple. She prestidigitation the smell of shit. That's what you're smelling right now.
Millie, come here. Okay. Round the side. So, you guys turn in for the evening. It's a bit of a restless night because the orcs go at it hard. Fights from dusk till dawn, effectively.
No, don't you go on with it? Oh,
I'm currently clapping.
I couldn't hear it for a hot sec.
Thank you for clarifying the fighting.
Wrestling.
Well, I mean, the sounds you come from inside some of the tents, you have no idea what's going on in there. Sounds like the sound of slaughtering pigs. However,
not a sound I've ever heard, not a sound I ever want to hear.
However, you have all had your long rest. You wake up in the morning, ready for the day, as Grad has already given the orders for the camp to be basically packed up and for effectively an exodus of Clan Hawktooth to move northwards. It's going to take them a couple of days. It's up to you whether or not you'd like to stay with them for a couple of days to help out, and by doing that, get yourself a couple of days of downtime, or moving on to your next location.
I think we're just going to head to Meltokio, I think, unless there's anything anyone wants to be doing here.
If Otti wants to stick around for longer.
If the numbers, they're not a dwindling number like they were before, it sounds like there's a lot of people here, so I reckon they've probably got it under control, and I think we will probably get in the way of their preparations. Unless anyone's got, anime objects and can, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo the fucking
Verity
or something. I don't think that'll be very useful. I think that could be one tent, and I don't think
one
bigger
tent.
than that. I do generally think we would get in the way, yeah.
Okay. So you just basically want to move on to your next destination.
Yeah, there's only a limited stuff I can do with animate objects for a minute. So.
Yeah.
Just remind Grad to give the flame to Loic or Reichstag, and to try and travel at night rather than during the day.
Righto.
He is carrying something very valuable, and just be on the lookout for elves near the mountains, or they may contact you. Look out for knights, Edgar's knights.
Okay.
Give them as many warnings as we can, basically.
Yeah.
So, before we enter night session, a couple of things happen in the morning. Just pretty much after you've made your decision, as you're getting things together, Korgrin, you get a message.
Oh, okay.
From Arwitz. She sends a message. Korgrin, Loic has sent a search party. He's very happy with what he found. Catan has recovered the body.
Oh god. He's got the dragon.
He says first time's free. He needs more components.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I'll respond then because I have the option to. What I know she doesn't, but she can always, she doesn't need to spend spell slots. We do. What components Catan need? If Loic makes more trips, keep eye for more Dwagar. Be vigilant on being scryed on. I think that's either 20 or 25. But yeah, that'll do, and then I'll relay that to the party. Just good news, good or bad, Gatan's got the body. Yay! He needs more magic components. I don't know what yet. So he may be shopping in Tokyo for the old geezer.
Probably about 10 seconds after you say that, Korgrin, a flaming scroll appears in your hand. It doesn't burn you or anything. It's just quite literally a almost a greenish and necrotic kind of flame.
He's given me a fucking shopping list, hasn't he? He's given me a fucking shopping list.
Seems perfectly reasonable to me.
I read the scroll that's just materialized in front of me.
It basically just says, dragons are big, need 20 days and 25,000 gold worth of diamonds.
That's a lot of diamonds.
Good job you said the first ones are free.
Yeah,
So we're going to go buy Meltokyo's stock of diamonds. Just buy Meltokyo's entire town out of diamonds. Put a big sign in the centre and ask everyone to come with their earrings and everything.
I'll give you double what you need for it.
Then I've paid it, therefore it's worth that.
Also, Arrabella, as this is all happening, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Is this at dawn?
Yes.
So Arri should have notified me of that, and I would have beacon of hoped.
Okay.
I'd like to think you would have noticed it was dawn anyway.
Well, I mean, it's specifically at if it was specifically at 6 a.m., for example. I'm pretty sure it's 6 a.m. Then, beacon of hope.
Yeah, we're outside now.
Take that. I will mark a spell off. You have advantage.
Oh, it's weird that it's Arri again.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's Talion.
Talion himself can't do it, but yeah.
I think he can.
So, Arri...
He can't do magic. He told us in that interview he cannot do magic.
So, Arri, once again, you get the presence that you get the feeling that somebody was trying to look at you, but your force of will beats them away.
And is there literally no chance of me trying to get an idea of who it actually is?
No.
Nope.
I'd just be like, happen again, why? Why is it me?
Got a thing for you?
Maybe it's not them, maybe it's someone else.
It is very possible it's someone else, someone that actually wants to help us, but...
We can't risk it, but it could be someone else.
Nope.
If you can scry, you're consenting. If someone wants to get to know you or let you know that they're not a threat, they would at least communicate first rather than just spy on you once a day.
This is a fair point. But they can't know us very well, or else they'd clearly be scrying on me, because everyone should know that I can't do a wisdom save for shit.
Well, don't give him ideas.
Don't. Yeah.
Well, no, my point is that out of the 3 days, the last 3 days, it's happened twice. It's happened to Arri both times. So it's not as though he's cycling through us. They are just targeting Arri.
Unless it's random and it's just happened to pick Arri twice.
Meh, possible.
I mean,
Or it could be someone who feels they know me better.
also that.
Rennas, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
You had to say it. You had to say it. So how long was it since the first one?
It's been over a minute.
Okay, then yeah, I wouldn't have a chance.
I was
of
timing.
You just had to say it, didn't you, Rennas?
Well, I mean, they didn't do it to me yet. Well, in fact, maybe they did do it to us on the first day. They might have done it to all of us. But only Arri was outside.
So, Rennas, as you're saying this, you just get a sudden shiver up your spine. Ooh, like someone's watching you.
So anyway, now that all the plans are in place to kill that Talion cunt tomorrow, is everybody happy with what they're doing?
Yeah, we're heading straight to the capital right this second.
Gonna go
Onwards.
destroy them.
Yep. That's been the plan for the last couple of days. We've not deviated. Yep.
Make Bellatrix and Rennas make deception checks.
No.
Am I just like automatically deceptive then?
I didn't hear what you said, Harry.
Basically, more or less the same thing. Like
Oh,
we are going to storm, but fine. I'm.
Hey, no, you can make a deception check
no,
too.
it's fine. No, like
Harry,
you've got them.
Harry,
You've got them.
Make a deception check. Make a deception check now.
Please
Where I
help
get a
us
nat-
miserably.
This is where I get a natural fucking one. Oh no,
Thank
that's
you.
But you could re-roll anyway.
Yeah. Okay. After about a minute of this, Rennas, that presence that feels like you was watching you dissipates.
It was weird.
It's not nice, is it?
Or weird.
No, I'm not weird. I'm just not very good at wisdom saves.
Maybe we should have tried the tinfoil hat.
I think it's worth a try from now on for Rennas.
Well, there might be something in Meltokio that we can get to hopefully protect us.
Is this going to happen again? Like,
I don't know. It was a minute, and I was expecting it to happen again immediately after it failed. After it's well, I suppose they didn't need to do it anyone else because it succeeded on me. So they got to see us. They heard all about our plans to storm the capital.
Arri, a voice creeps its way into your mind. I have many scrolls to use. I don't know where you are, but I will find you all. And when I do, you're done for.
Hope he's rolling with a high DC to use all these scrolls. Can't use magic.
If that was
Is that-
sending, you can probably respond.
I was going to say, what's that sending?
It was sending.
Okay, what can I respond to him, guys?
25 words.
Alright, let's go.
Talion is a cock. Talion is a cock. Talion is a cock. Talion.
That or you just
Um,
don't
very
warrant
imaginative.
response.
You
You
could
just don't
have.
give them the satisfaction.
It's Arri, though.
True. Just bite very easily.
Yeah. You can have all the scrolls. What did he exactly say again? Sorry.
I have access to many scrolls. I don't know where you are, but I will find you. And when I do, you're done for.
Use all the magic you want. You won't find us. And if you somehow manage to, you will be destroyed. See you soon, lover boy.
Argoneth sucks.
That was 25.
Boo.
So your message goes back off into the ethos, and you know it's been delivered to its intended target. And that's where we'll call to that mission, guys.